Hey everyone, do you love tabletop RPGs and want to help shape a brand new system? Then let me tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
On last week's edition of Horror on the Orient Express, our heroes nearly met their match in the Loigor of the caverns of Postumia. But some quick work from Camillus Thompson made sure that the manifested reptilian was sent back to the Cretaceous. A tense chase through the collapsing caves led the investigators back into the Bora with Medallion and Simulacrum piece in hand. Wanting to avoid further confrontation with Henry Cook, the party hitchhiked their way back to Trieste. But just before setting out, the Loigor displayed a final exhibition of its power. Through sheer force of will, the party avoided utter obliteration. Upon returning to Trieste, our heroes found that they were within a simulacrum's arm's reach of being robbed blind, as even more Turkish businessmen were found mutilated at the bank. Fearing that they were still being watched, our heroes decided that they would catch the next train out of town. What horrors lie down the line at their next stop? Let's find out on tonight's episode of Horror on the Orient Express.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of what show is this again? This is Monday.
Pirate
Horror
Show.
on
Oh,
the
no, wrong
Orient
show.
Express. And I am your dutiful keeper of arcane lore, Moss, and these beautiful, wonderful, and adventurous people around me are our beautiful and wonderful investigators. So let's go around and say hi to everyone and see how everyone's doing. Let's start with the resident wizard, Froste. How are you this evening?
I just got roasted by Grok and it wasn't that bad, so I recommend everyone do it. And I will laugh at you because Grok loves me, evidently. Other than that, I'm doing great.
You got lucky.
I got lucky.
That's great to hear. Everybody in chat was talking about me rubbing myself, so thank you for that. Whoever started that,
We sent him some Alyssa Mercante pictures, and
Yeah,
You should have seen him.
for him. He was like,
Made
"Oh my
his day.
god!"
yeah.
It actually-
So
It actually gave him his soul back.
made his day.
Like a chimpanzee with some Viagra. It was
yeah,
amazing.
if I wasn't wearing glasses, I would have gouged my eyes out. So thank you for that. Speaking of making me want to gouge my eyes out, JT, how are you?
Hey, I too was roasted by Grok, but it hurt my feelings, and I've spent the last 20 minutes crying, and they've all been consoling me by roasting me even more. That's what wonderful people we have here. I'm doing wonderful, Moss.
I love it. I love it. You know, we don't roast you unless we love you. That's the way that this all works.
That's what a soulless person would say.
Grok doesn't love me.
Description fits. Description fits. Speaking of somebody who totally has a soul still, Nomi, how are you?
I'm doing really good. I'm a little sleepy, a little tired, but I'm power throughing it to be on this show. I had dinner before I ate. Well, because I always talk about food because I love food. I had chicken tacos and I made it's Moss. It's the salsa I'm gonna have you try. It's the avocado jalapeno salsa that I make, and I realized that I spilled some on my sleeve. So I was like, oh dang it. Well,
That's okay. I think we're at 720p right now. Nobody
We
will
wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't pointed it out.
Oh, okay. Well,
Verde.
also my arms are down, but that's what I had for dinner, and that's how out of it I was, just like half awake eating my tacos from waking up a nap. But yeah, I'm doing good.
That's fantastic. Well, speaking of half awake eating tacos, Chris, how are you?
Man, I wish. I just had reheated pizza. But I'm doing great. I'm happy to see everybody. And Moss, because you seem to struggle with segues more than half the time, I am looking forward to diving into the disgusting cyclopean, incestuous pits of hellish nightmares. Work with that.
Well, I got nothing. Sevvy, how are you?
Oh,
Well, I'm doing good. Excited to be here. Just got done doing Monday Hangover, and that was a super fun. So, I'm exhausted. I can't wait for the week to be over. But let's go.
I love how
Let's get
everybody is just utterly exhausted when we get to this show. It makes for
I'm not exhausted.
Yeah,
I'm full of energy. Full of energy.
We're just so
Right.
tired of winning because Trump Daddy's back in the office. I'm like, man, we need to take a breather.
No more income tax, baby. Let's go.
No tax on tips. My favorite.
make it happen, big guy.
No tax on anything. That's my that's
Fuck
my
your tax.
Yes.
Yeah, no tax on residents. Legal residents.
Ooh, there you go. See, good distinction. Good distinction.
Mhm.
You could be a lawyer.
Speaking of tax, did y'all get your MegaCon tickets yet? Because I got mine.
Yes.
Mine are on my phone.
Yeah, mine are digital.
Mine are digital too.
I'm talking about my pass. I got my pass.
Oh, your pass?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't getting no pass.
And he's Southern. Okay.
Pass time.
I ain't gonna get no pass. I don't know what you're talking about.
Can you ask if you can pet that dog? I want to hear you say that.
Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet
Thank
that
you very
dog?
much.
Can I pet that dog?
I
Can I
pet that dog.
No.
I love it.
All right. So I think we got a few benefits to give away.
Yeah.
So
Eggs.
let me hop on into that. We got one mythic subscription from Chris Ann to
Mythic.
Chris. Thank you, Chris Anth, for that. We've got fan art of Matilda after a good day's stabbing by Daxi, and that one clearly goes to Frost. We got 54 likes last stream. We did redeem it at 36. However, you know how many comments we got last stream?
12.
36. 7. We got 37 comments.
Woo!
Okay,
so it wasn't
got
one away. It was one over this time.
It's one over,
One away
yeah.
from the magic number.
Price is Right rules, we lose, but we did win some Eureka points. So that is 1 Eureka point to me, Sevvy, JT, and Nomi, and 2 points to Frost and Chris.
Oof, we're struggling this week. Struggling.
Hey, I've got 8 luck points, and now I have 2 Eureka points. I am set.
Now, see,
You're dead. Oh, I mean, set. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
You're dead set.
you know what I love about this point in the campaign is that you guys you're getting fewer Eureka points, and most of you have run out almost of luck. So this is things might end up getting very, very interesting.
I mean, I'm almost at death's door.
Yeah, that's true. How close were you to death?
I've got 4 points left of health.
All right. Well,
And that was because I healed you.
Yeah, that's after being
And we
healed.
went to the hospital.
Yeah.
Look, we need another Eureka point. Y'all need to get them likes out to 36, y'all, because me and Chris gonna come to your house, start banging heads. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Gangster GT is in the house.
Banging something.
GT. There's too many letters in there. Gangster GT. That was my high school Firebird. Anywho, all right.
Named your car?
Actually, no, I'm not one to name my cars, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Really? Why not?
Yeah. My mom named my second car, which was like a tan Cavalier, Chevrolet Cavalier. She called it Sandy. I was like, it's a car. So, anywho, I do need to give a quick shout out to our buddies over at Sirenscape, because they won't copyright strike our channel for the music and sound effects that I play. Everything other than fart sounds, even though they do have fart sounds available for anyone of you who might be so industrious as to play them during your games. I'll be taking care of that for this evening. But if we shout them out, they don't copyright strike our channel, and we think that is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed.
Moss, can I just say,
Yes.
your lack of love and empathy for your car shows just what a soulless, redheaded bastard you are.
I've never gone out and bought my dream car, though.
How do you not love a machine?
I mean, I like my truck. I like it.
You know how
It's
many
fine.
women love machines, Moss?
Mm.
Show some love for your machine.
Wow. There's a whole subreddit for that, I'm sure.
No,
Probably
whoever
a
sold
bunch
you
of-
your car obviously didn't do a good job selling it if you
Seriously.
don't love your car.
Well, I sold my own car to me.
So then you got nobody else to blame but
How
yourself.
was that even possible?
You used to sell cars.
Yeah, I went up to my manager. I was like, "Hey, let me buy this." He was like,
And
"Okay."
he was a jackass to himself with the payments. I mean, he was
Yeah.
brutal.
You must
really screwed
hate
myself
yourself
on
as a
that one.
customer.
Didn't even
Yeah.
try to
I screwed myself.
bargain
I
with
was like-
himself.
I was
Did you
like,
get
"All
a
right, look
good-
here, asshat. You're gonna get every single warranty you can possibly get." No, I don't want it. Yes, you do. And that's kind of how that went. So I am underwater. People, help.
It was
So-
very Jim Carrey. It was, I'm kicking my ass.
What kind of car did you get?
What kind of car did I get?
Yeah.
It is a. Oh God, you're gonna call me an old man. It is a Honda Ridgeline.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
I got a Jeep Wrangler Willys. I'm really underwater, Moss.
I thought you got like a fancy like muscle car.
Me? No, man. I'm all about utility. I wanted to be able to
You got
handle
grandma
kayaks
car.
during the summer.
Is your-
kayak?
What color is your car, though? Is it red?
It's blue.
It's Are you asking?
Yours is
me?
it pink?
Is it
It's
puke?
pink.
That's pink.
It's pewter. It's pewter.
Why would you
I
get
thought
a
for sure
pink
you had a
car?
blue car.
You got
I
a
thought
pink
maybe
car.
I was like,
metallic
you
pink.
got a pink car. Moss got a pink
Yeah.
car, you guys.
It
Well,
is
because
Kena. Okay.
It's a family
He's-
truckster. We
He's
know.
so
Wood
focused
paneling.
on he's so
That's
focused
the
on
muscle.
kayaking. He's like, I'm gonna get a pink truck so I can repel all the ladies.
I
Yeah,
want to make
exactly.
sure that
Oh,
anybody
God.
who's on the highway sees me 10 miles away. That's
So wait,
the
your
idea.
car's
Oh,
pewter.
God.
It's basically metal color. It's not painted.
Well, it's painted, but it's painted metal color.
That's yeah.
Why
it's-
would you do
it's
that to
basically not
yourself?
painted, is what I
You
mean.
should just paint it rust.
This is the best looking color out of all of them. Plus, it had hail damage, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, discounts."
It
are
had
cool.
hail damage.
What the hell's hail?
Hey,
my
I
God.
love gray cars and gray colors and gray everything, so I'm with that.
Yeah,
Says
Gray
the
background,
vampire
gray
wizard.
hair,
It's
gray,
perfect.
Hey,
gray
Matt,
skin.
if you're trying to get into the dating scene, you maybe want a car that is not the color of.
You might want a man
Nah.
car, is what she's saying, Moss.
you
Sadness.
just wait. One of these days, I'm gonna find a woman that is just desperate enough and needs a couch move.
There's nobody desperate enough to want a dude with a Honda.
Okay, maybe at least I'm Mercante then.
Oh, God.
If it was a Toyota truck, I'd be like, oh, cool, Moss's man.
No,
Oh,
but
wow.
no, it's not
Okay.
even a Toyota car.
Yes,
You know
he's
what?
got a car.
You know what? The resale value on those mofos is just as good as these mofos.
You
Okay.
need to get on like a step stool to get into your Honda, Moss.
probably
No,
does.
I have running boards. So
Very nice. I was just gonna say I'm excited because it's the color of sadness. That's this car, just the color of
you know
sadness.
what also helps a resale value? Negotiation.
Oh, you can't.
What?
Have you worked at? There's no negotiating with a car dealership. They
No.
screw you, and then you think that you're negotiating with them,
And then they screw you
but the
again.
fact of the matter is they're gonna come in $5,000 under what it's actually worth because we got to recon it, and you think you're
Mhm.
negotiating, but you're actually coming up still under what it's worth. That's how that
Mhm.
works.
I sold my car above the Blue Kelly book value.
Yeah, I
See,
trust Blue Kelly.
Fantastic has a Honda. Okay, Honda is not a bad car.
That
It's
just the
you know.
fact that
But see, his
Fantastic
is
as a
blue.
Honda is further proof that we are right.
I thought
You're
he was
not
just
helping
saying
your
Subaru.
case.
I was like, oh no.
Hey, Fantastic, you are a responsible-minded car owner. Okay,
He's
That's what I'll
Eminem with
tell
a
you.
Honda.
Yeah, you want dependability, something that'll take you 250,000 plus miles and not give you very many issues at all. I won't say none. Then get you a Honda. Okay.
How European of you, Smooth.
All
Like,
right.
Well, the roads in Europe are quite like smaller, so you can't really fit big cars there.
In what world is a Honda a big car?
She's talking
In
about
Europe.
the Fiat.
No, I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the fact that he's driving a
Fiat
Fiat.
500. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I guess, man, now we're all talking about cars. I'll just go on for hours with this. I sold Rams too. Good for you, Circus Freak, for spending $100,000 on a Ram. Well done.
Oof.
He sold Rams, but he bought a Honda.
I got
Yeah.
a Cybertruck.
I sold both. I sold Honda first, and then I actually sold Chevys, but the same dealership sold Rams. So there's a little bit of insight into the poor decisions that I made with my career. Anywho, where were we when last we left off? Oh, yes. We were just about to board the Orient Express, after which this campaign is named.
Choo choo.
All right.
What is
Yeah,
that? Is that
believe it or
some
not.
kind of, that's some kind of
Wow.
locomotive transport of some kind. I'm
The
not
more
sure.
you know.
Get on board this
We're
train in
just getting
advance.
into a fancy car, guys. Fancy car over here.
We're
Just
getting
wait
into
a minute.
old, brand new jalopy, is what we're
A
doing.
really big steam-powered car on rails. That's what it is.
Mhm.
Love it, love it. And you look around and you can see all of the finely uniformed porters carrying baggage to and fro, loading it onto the fourgons and carrying departing passengers' luggage off, placing it onto luggage racks and rolling it over to waiting carriages and taxis. When let's see, I think it was it Jean-Luc who made a spot hidden roll? At the very end of last game, you look around and you can see all of the passengers who are getting on and off of the Orient Express when you see staring at you from across the street one Henry Cook. He holds
Mhm.
one hand up in the air in a gesture as if saying goodbye. And you peer at him, and it seems as though his right sleeve is empty.
He's not waving to me, right? Because he doesn't know me.
He's waving at just your general group.
Jimmy, old boy, your friend is over there, and he seems to be Oh, I don't know. Missing some appendages.
Golly, I don't think I'm friends with that feller, Mr. G.
Oh, I don't know. You looked like you were swimmingly in friendship with that young man.
You think I should go and strike up a conversation with him?
Oh, I
No,
think
the
that would
train
be
is
the
leaving?
best plan I could possibly think of, Jimmy.
Oh, do
So-
I need to swoosh? I probably need
Hey,
to. I need to
India.
swoosh.
But
Isn't
yes,
that your ex-boyfriend over there?
yeah, I don't want to see him.
We should
Don't-
then get on board the train and pretend we didn't see him quickly.
Say less, Camellia. I'm on the way. I don't want to be near her. I don't even want to breathe the same air as Henry Cook. Let's get out of here.
Wait,
You
oh,
notice
Cook.
he has no
Oh.
arm.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, I thought it was the other guy.
No.
No, Chris. You're gonna feel a large, heavy caveman hand grabbing the collar of your shirt as you're thinking about
Wait,
whatever you're
Jimmy.
thinking about, and bringing you onto the train.
Yep. So
And Jimmy is
Camellia
pulled in.
will make her way to the bar and ask for some shots for. I'll get a table ready for us with shots to go around.
I thought that was Jimmy's buddy from the hostel.
No, this is
No,
the-
he's gone. He's
Yeah,
dead.
it's India's girly.
Yeah, that guy got his neck
He's dead
snapped.
as hell.
Yep. If he was standing there, I'd be like, huh.
Interesting.
As it is, this is weird with Henry Cook there.
Looks like he got
with just an
better.
arm.
All right. And as you all settle down into the salon car, shots are laid out before you, and you see Henry Cook stands there across the street, still staring as a carriage passes by. A cold wind blows and rocks the train just slightly, and you feel it. It shakes the liquid inside the glasses, and just as that carriage passes, he is gone.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with that man outside and us on this train.
You
Would you
do
rather
realize-
be inside, Mr. G?
I'm just saying something terrible is probably about to happen.
Oh. Do you think he will use the medallion to try and blow up the train? Or do you think he's just happy? Okay, I'll look out. Is he still out there?
Why would you think he has the
Oh, he's
medallion?
gone.
He is gone.
Oh, because we threw it and it disappeared and everything stopped. Can I do psychology out of memory to see if he seemed happy that we were leaving or if he seemed like he was planning something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I did roll spot hitting and I did see him. All right, so I'll roll psychology. I got 3.
Yeah,
An
extreme success.
Success.
You could read on his face that the look on his face was pure satisfaction in that he looked as though he had accomplished a goal, a mission, so to speak.
Oh, maybe he did
Okay.
get it.
So I
Probably
will.
fine.
I will relay that to the group as we're getting our drinks, and I'll just swallow a shot really, really quickly, ask for a double, and then I will say I think he got the medallion.
Oh, that's not
Okay.
good.
We also don't care about that stupid cult anyway.
So how many pieces of this damned thing do we have left to gather?
1, I think. No, hold on. 1.
I would say possibly 2.
You've got
We need the head and the
the
leg.
head and the leg,
Yeah.
Oh,
the right leg.
2. 2.
And Jimmy, as you raise the shot glass, do you partake in the shots?
What's in it?
What's in it? Camellia?
Vodka. It's vodka.
Vodka.
My favorite.
Golly, I don't think I've ever had vodka before, and he
The
tosses
raid
it back.
vodka.
As you lift the shot glass up to your mouth, you see your hand shakes, almost to the point where the vodka begins to spill out of the glass, and you quickly toss it back. And almost through muscle memory, you set it back down, but you have no sensation as to what you just did. You couldn't
Oh,
feel
easy
the
there,
glass.
Julia Childs, old boy.
No, it's okay, Mr. G. I barely felt it.
Reach out and thwack the back of his hand.
I will grab a fork and I'll stealthily try to pull Jimmy with the fork to see if he feels it.
He's
So
got
let me
4
roll-
hit points
Yeah,
left. Be
I'm
careful.
literally going over the clay and smacking the back of his hand with my finger, and you're like,
I'm gonna stab him
sneakily
with a
trying to
fork.
stab him.
Nope, I failed. So you notice I grab a fork and I just poke you in the arm to see if you feel it.
You hit your
I
own
feel it.
hand, Frost?
No, I hit Jimmy's hand. I smacked the back of his hand with mine, just flicked it, just to see if it actually had any feeling. But she's
Do I
stabbing
feel
him in
any of
the
this?
arm at the same time.
Do I feel any of this abuse, Moss?
How hard do you poke him?
Not that hard. I just want to see if he has feeling.
Enough to draw blood.
Probably not. You probably would not feel it.
Oh, I mean, maybe not physically. Golly, what? Well, what'd I do to all of you people?
I will do. You know what? I'm gonna try to, ask. Let me think. What should I do? You said it doesn't hurt you physically. I will. Okay, so I will just turn to Jimmy and I'll say, "Are you okay, Jimmy? You seem to have lost feeling from a lot of your body parts. No offense."
Well, only the place, not where it counts.
Oh, you book reader?
So you lost feeling on one of your legs, two of your arms, and your chest. So one of your legs is still intact and your head is intact, but everything else is compromised and you think you're okay.
Jimmy, old boy, your eyes still work, right?
Of course.
Well, you can still have a baby then.
With his eyes.
Oh, yes, that's how he, copulates.
That's how that works.
Oh.
Clay is going to grab hold of his left hand, grab Jimmy's left hand, turn it upside down and look at it and look at the veins and stuff. And just a first aid check. Does it feel like it's warm? He's got circulation that's functioning properly?
Yeah, if you want to give me a first aid check, you can do that.
Let's see if we actually succeed. Yeah.
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so far as you can tell, this is a healthy hand. Why he's not feeling it might not be for any medical reasons.
It's magic.
Strathmore, do you understand why that'd be happening?
You know, Jimmy, I hear that vodka helps with that. Waiter, can we have a double for the little guy here?
Well, was it you who had the theory that he might be tied to this statue, or was it Camellia?
We both thought it. So I don't know who originated it, but regardless.
I'm starting to think there might be some validity to this theory. But there's no way for me to prove it.
But it's weird because it's only affecting him. It's not affecting any of us.
Yes,
he was the first one
to touch it, yes.
Wait, Jimmy, have you touched all of the items with your bare hands?
Far as I can recall, ma'am, yes.
Okay, I guess we will need to buy you some gloves.
It may be a bit too late for that.
I was gonna say, it seems a bit like a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, but we don't want you to lose your other leg and your head.
How is your leg, by the way?
Well, I keep telling y'all, I feel fine.
I'll poke his leg with the fork.
How is his leg, boss?
As you poke his leg with the fork, regardless of how hard you poke it, a searing pain wrenches your entire body. You wince. Not you.
Okay,
Jimmy does.
okay, wow, that's new.
Yowza, careful with that.
Interesting.
Did that seem out of proportion to what she did?
I only poked him like this. It wasn't even that hard.
Is all of your feeling in that
In the leg?
That's not good. Wait, you haven't been having trouble running or anything, though. You run with us and run away from things and jump through piles of stalactites, stalagmites, cultists, but you can't feel anything.
Stalagmites.
Well, it seems like he's having no problem with, normal motor functions.
He's been stabbed twice, and his leg hurts more than that.
You know, Sean, look, in your books, have you ever read of any type of spell or magic that would numb the body this way?
Have I, Moss?
I would say give me an idea roll.
I got ideas. I got occults, too.
I just assumed it had to do with getting older.
Ooh, high success!
My success is hard, Moss.
Okay.
Unlike
Um,
Jimmy.
So you've read of certain cases where maybe there would be certain items such as like voodoo dolls and things like that, which might begin to take possession of certain people's body parts, and reports of numbness or the fact that the victim can't necessarily feel whatever appendage is being controlled at that time.
Okay. So, what I think is happening is he's becoming the statue for all intents and purposes. I think it may take him over at some point. We may have to put him down.
You don't say.
No.
Well, Jimmy.
And Ibria's like, oh no.
He seems so broken up about my bullshit, huh?
Oiling up her gun. Oh.
I'll
make it quick.
I do have a flamethrower if you want to go up in a blaze.
Has Old Yeller been written yet?
Well, hold on a minute now.
That's a good question.
Don't think I appreciate y'all talking to me like I'm a sick old Labrador.
I mean, Jimmy,
please,
this thing is taking over your body. You may be the sacrificial lamb at the end of this journey, my friend.
I'm
Does
telling
this
you, I
mean-
feel fine.
Does this mean that the statue will then take over Jimmy's body and Jimmy will become the statue?
Or worse.
Or worse? Oh dear God! I think Jimmy, you need more drinks. I'll push the double down your throat.
Jimmy's just gonna let it happen, I guess.
Jimmy's
Girls
like,
pouring
finally.
alcohol? Yeah, finally, the girls forcing thing. Wait, never mind. Not going to say anything about that.
A little overwhelmed. Everybody talking about putting him down like a sick dog.
Hey, Jimmy, make me a Constitution roll really quickly.
Okie dokie.
By the way,
It's
Old
just
Yeller
a
was not
double.
written till 56, so
Oh, so no
Badly.
Old Yeller. Okay.
I mean, we could predate it.
Extreme
We
success.
inspired it.
You could do this all night.
Awesome. Okay, you know, I think to make sure that Jamie doesn't die a gruesome death. Also, Chrysanthemum and Scott or Smooth, we have a bot and kick if you can please delete it. To make sure that he doesn't die a gruesome death, I propose that one of us takes over, takes the head or the other leg with, of course, make sure to wrap it up and don't directly touch it.
Is it the right leg and right arm,
And
or
the
right
head.
leg and head?
And the head. And the
It's
head.
right leg and head, right? Okay.
Are you volunteering?
I'll take one if somebody else wants to take the other one. I'll take one of the legs if somebody wants to take the head.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Not a
Okay.
problem.
Well, we'll make sure to get some materials like really thick gloves and more of the very thick blankets. Do they sell those blankets that are like really really thick that you can use for insulation or like to contain lead, like the stuff to insulate lead and those type of things?
Oh,
Were
you
they
mean
s-
like
they
actual
made
lead
back then?
blankets, like lead sheets and lead blankets?
You
Yeah.
know, the more I think about it, he may have to touch all of them because either it may free him or he will suffer forever for having touched it and not completed the set. Like the
Oh.
people before him who have touched it.
I think we'll have to do the spell once we get everything, and I think you'll be fine then.
Do we have the spell? I don't remember.
Well, that's part of one of the things that we're looking for. As
That's
well.
what I thought. Hmm. I don't know, Jimmy. I think you may be in a bit of trouble, old boy.
Golly. I mean, we only fought a giant prehistoric monster. So, yeah, no.
Wait,
I
what?
don't think, well, don't you remember? In the cave?
No, please, Jimmy, old boy, do explain to me what we did. I am most curious here.
Well, we went down in the caves and we fought some kind of dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. A dinosaur, you say?
Yeah, and then people started screaming and stabbing each other.
Now, you believe in such things, like John Carter of Mars.
Oh, well, golly, Mr. G, that's just fiction.
But dinosaurs are real.
Well, I mean, dinosaurs are real. I mean, think about it. We're making new discoveries every day. Lots of animals probably get buried and just forgotten about.
Oh, you're saying it's like a Bigfoot.
Well, I
Oh, it's
don't
not
rightly know
there
what a
anymore?
Bigfoot is.
Something that's been
Last
living in a
time-
cave for an
Last
eon.
they said it was a bear.
Jimmy, are
Y'all
you
keep-
becoming a believer?
No, not. It
Clay is
depends
just
on
gonna
what you mean
laugh
by a believer.
An actual laugh when he says that, and it's probably a little disturbing because you may not have ever heard Clay laugh. It sounds like, well, like you'd expect a caveman just bursting out laughing in the middle of a bar car.
Sounds just like that guy from Primal laughing for the first time with that dinosaur. And you're like, what the hell is that?
Oh God, what was that? Oh, you don't get humor much, do you? Oh, okay.
What time is
glad
it,
we
Mouse,
did
by
all
the
that.
way?
At this point, it's nearing, we'll say you've probably been going for just a little while as you're kind of talking amongst yourselves and enjoying the drink in the salon car. It's probably about 9 p.m.
Nice.
Well, did we miss dinner?
Yes.
No, we can't miss dinner.
I mean, Jimmy had a liquid dinner apparently.
I think we're going to
Well,
need a
it's
second
possible.
dinner, Moss.
It's possible you might be able to coerce one of the staff to provide you with some munchies.
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, we're in first class cabins, so we're going
Yeah.
to press the advantage.
I will flag a waiter down. It's like, waiter, over here, please.
Jimmy,
Ah.
what about the flesh thing on your face that time?
Bonjour,
You remember
mademoiselle.
that?
We happened to apparently have missed dinner. Do you mind getting some hors d'oeuvres or something for us?
Fortunately, I have plenty. What would you like?
Jesus, I did not.
Steak
think
and
that.
dinner rolls, old boy.
Whatever you have that's available would do. And I guess if you have steak and bread rolls.
I'm
Well
afraid
done
I
with the
do not
side of
have any
ketchup, please.
steak.
Oh, you bastard.
Though
Steak with
perhaps I can convince the chef to maybe grill up a new fresh steak for you.
You know,
Clay's
Jimmy,
gonna put some money into his pocket and say, a few of them, if you would.
Jimmy, just when I
course,
thought you were
monsieur.
coming around, you say ketchup. You really are vile, Jimmy. I don't know.
Strathmore just think of it as red sauce.
And as for that thing in
And
the
he gives you
hotel
a very
room,
level look when he says red sauce.
red sauce. As for that thing in the hotel room, Mr. G, I've given it some thought. You know, maybe there might have been like a marine biologist who had like some kind of sea slug that got out.
And here I thought we were making progress. It's a damn shame that statue's going to kill you, old boy. I mean, is giving you such pain, old boy.
Well, it's giving me quite the opposite of pain, really.
Waiter, can you tell us who else
Tell that
is
to your
in first
leg.
class other than us?
Who else is in first class? Why, of course. There is Jean Pervois. And you look around and he gestures over to a table. You see a finely dressed man. He looks to be in his probably mid 50s, curly headed man. He's wearing kind of a flat top cap. He sits over some coffee at his table, and you see he's got a woman probably in her early 30s and probably another middle-aged man with him. And the two sit there that are accompanying him. They sit there and they are kind of twiddling their thumbs and swinging their feet back and forth as they sip their coffee or drinks, while the man in the suit, it looks like he's taking bits of leather and biting them and then and nibbling on it and biting it and then examining it a little bit and then nibbling on it a little bit more. And you also see there is a very attractive young woman. She looks to be probably in her, where'd she go? Bip, 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 bippity boppity boo.
Bippity boppity.
Boppity boop.
You
Obviously
see,
Italian.
you
Bada
see
bing.
a younger woman, probably in her early to mid 20s. Dark hair, kind of all brought up around her head, wearing a nice white dress. She is surrounded by what looks to be late 20s server, maids, some sort of an attendant. And there's also another young man, probably in his early 30s, who's caressing her hand and just stroking it very slowly as he looks deeply at her. And finally, you see another man. He sits there, he's got a thin mustache and a very fine black suit. He's got slick back hair that's kind of parted in the middle on either side and just kind of swipes back. You see he sits at one of the tables and he twitches as he lifts up his drink. He shakes a little bit and then he takes a sip of it, puts it down nervously and like looks around. And at some point he makes eye contact with all of you and quickly darts his eyes away. Go ahead and make me a spot hidden roll on him real quick.
Who? Everyone?
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
do it? Okay.
Ba-ba-ba.
Barely.
Success.
Just barely. Okay, yeah. I don't think. Yeah, you all succeeded.
Hard success.
So one thing that you notice is that as he takes a drink of whatever it is that he's drinking out of this glass tumbler, he takes a sip of it and sets it down, and your eyes kind of move downward underneath the table, where his other hand is currently chained to a briefcase.
Clay is looking at the young woman. Is she returning the gaze from the adoring young man, or is she not? He's trying to get using psychology. It's just he's mostly interested as a writer to see if this is one of those kind of relationships.
Yeah, make me a psychology roll.
Okay.
One of them dare relationships.
Hard success.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can see that she returns it, but nowhere near as much vigor as he does. You can tell that he would be basically draped over her if he could. She likes the companionship.
Okay.
And
Doesn't
just
that
as,
attract a lot of her?
just as you're looking at her, you hear the sound of claws running down the hallway. You look past and you see two white bourgeois sprinting past you and running up to her table and just looking up at her longingly.
You may have to explain what that is to us common folk, Moss.
Doggy.
They are very fancy dogs. She pats both of them on the head and they both sprint off back down the hallway. Of the
Doggies.
Can I do a psychology roll to determine what the occupation is of the guy who handcuffed himself to a suitcase?
Psychology. I don't know about psychology.
Spot hidden or
Maybe I'd say credit rating. Give me a credit rating roll.
Okay.
It's okay, Wooly. You're still my favorite animal.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's hard
okay,
to
I'll
say.
talk to Clay. Clay, can you guess what his profession is?
I'd say he's a spy, but that might be the writer in me talking. He'll, if he can make a credit rating, he'll take a peek.
Yeah.
Let's see if I roll horribly.
I don't know, old boy.
I
He
rolled
might
pretty
be. He might be simply in love.
All right. What is that? That's a hard success. It's kind of tough to say. Hard success is actually probably what you needed. He doesn't have the demeanor of a spy or somebody who's in law enforcement or military. You would know that better than anybody. He looks around nervously and almost as if he's paranoid about something. But as you kind of gaze at him, you do notice that he does have a gold chain hanging out of his pocket, possibly connected to a nice pocket watch. You see he's got a very finely crafted black suit. You'd guess that whatever he does He's probably a dealer of some kind. Maybe art dealer, antiquarian,
Crack.
crack cocaine, arms, something like that.
All right, I'm gonna approach him.
Before does she look like someone famous or just rich?
No, this
Or
is
what would I roll?
this is another guy. We're looking at another guy, not the couple.
Yeah, this isn't a couple. This
Okay.
is the guy who was nervous with the thing chained to his wrist. Who was
Yeah,
drinking.
there's a guy who is drinking alone in a table by himself that has a briefcase handcuffed. There's a
Oh, I
couple.
thought the briefcase guy was with her. Oh,
Yeah.
No,
carry on then.
If you
Is the briefcase guy Poivre, the curly headed guy, or he's not?
no, this
That is a
is
separate guy, right,
as
okay.
the waiter would have pointed him out to you as Franklin Myers.
Okay, all right. I think I missed that.
And I didn't say
All
it.
of that.
I didn't say it.
Oh well, then I didn't miss it.
He didn't say
and
it. Other
the-
people say it.
The woman would have been introduced to you as Sergina Androkovna Rankenberg.
Frankenberry.
But if you're asking, by the way, JT, if you're asking about her, maybe
Yeah, I was
a
asking.
history roll.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and while
On
he's
it.
doing that, let's see.
Oh, I got one of those there successes that was hard.
Okay, very good. Based on the name and what you know about kind of geopolitics and families of royal families of countries, this strikes your ear as being a member of the Romanov family out of Russia.
Okay.
But the rest of you are, is it just Camellia and Clay who are approaching Mr. Myers?
I think
I'm just
Camellia
gonna-
got up on her own. I don't think she even asked Clay to come on over because he
Oh,
was looking
she
at her
will-
for distance.
yeah, she will ask Clay if he wants to come over.
Oh, I'm interested in talking to the. Do they look like newlyweds, by the way, or do they not look like newlyweds? I'm
Oh,
curious
you're
of the young
okay.
couple.
All right,
Because
you're
he
gonna
wants to
look up-
go. He wants
wants
to
to
go
look
look
at
at the couple, but he's interested in coming with you as well. But he's just kind of giving them a look while he's going.
Okay.
You wouldn't guess that they're newlyweds necessarily. She's not wearing like a wedding dress or anything like that.
Okay. He's probably going to pretend that that's the reason. When we get to the point where he's going to talk to them, it'll likely be his reason for talking to them.
Okay.
No.
And so,
Stupid American, right?
Camellia, you approach Mr. Myers then? Just you?
I think
Clay's
Clay
going
was
with her. Yeah, he's just going to go over to them afterwards as he, stretches his legs. But he's hanging out with her to give her some support.
Okay, sounds good. So as you approach, you see he quickly finishes his drink and stands up as if
Oh,
he's getting ready to
say-
walk away.
I'm not. We're not going to hurt you in any way. You're safe.
He looks at you quizzically. Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll, if you would.
Okay.
Jimmy says she's lying.
Yeah.
And
Keep
if
the
you
forks away from her.
No problem. You see, he continues looking at you and sits down. You're going to have to pardon my nervousness. I'm just not used to being approached on these trains.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand that. I am Camellia, and this is Clay.
Oh, Franklin Myers, at your service.
We couldn't help but notice that you seem to be uneasy and probably in need of a friend if things go awry.
Why, what on earth would be going awry?
I'm not sure. You were quite nervous, so I wanted to make sure to approach you and see why you were so nervous, or to at least give you some comfort that if you are worried about something, perhaps we could help if things happen.
Oh, well, I just heard of a little bit of unsettling news coming out of Trieste there. Some sort of giant bugs or something they found there dead on the street. I'm not sure, but it sounded awful strange to me.
Bugs? You mean like aliens.
I'm not sure I understand exactly what it is you mean in there, miss.
Clay has a very grim, it's like satisfied smile on his face right now because he knows that he killed one of these things with a knife.
Yeah.
He's just like,
I'm
he's
sure
just back to
people-
that, like,
Well, did people back then have the concept of extraterrestrial creatures?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I was referring to.
Yeah. No, you get that he's not he says that not in that he doesn't know what you're talking about when you say aliens, but
Yeah.
it's you get that he maybe thinks it's such a far-fetched concept that it's just
Ah, okay. Do you think it was a cover-up then?
well, I'm not sure. The situation over here is a bit precarious, so to speak.
Yeah, Italy appears to be that way everywhere right now, and perhaps the rest of the world as well.
yeah, black shirts everywhere, murders and fights happening in the public spaces.
Yeah.
And
Well-
he's just thinking also like at tourist destinations and caves.
Well, if it wasn't for the uprising of the communists, I think it might be a much nicer place. But that's not for me to say. I'm not much of a political man, so to speak.
Back in the day, things used to be much simpler, don't you agree?
I do.
Yeah.
You just look at her. Oh, you mean during the war?
Before the
Oh,
war.
I was going to agree. During the war, it was very easy. Enemy that way.
Well, that might be also true. Huh.
And Clay is going to reach out and shake the guy's hand and say, if you're interested in sitting with us, we're going to be eating and drinking. We have some steaks coming. We can always get another one thrown on for you.
And a surplus laundry basket full of bread rolls.
And he
Well, I'll
just
do
points
say-
and says, be careful of her, though. She likes to slap people who get fresh. And he just kind of chuffs him on the shoulder.
Well, I do say my stomach is a bit rumbly ever since I started drinking. I could go for a little bit of a bite if you don't mind.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, of course.
Not at all.
Come
And
with us.
he's going to walk away then. He's going to go over to the other table of the other people and just kind of nod and motion over towards our table and just say, since it's late and we're all seem to be in the same situation, would you want to push your table together with ours and our new friend here?
Are you talking
just
about the
Talking to the lady, the boy,
talking
and
to
all
the
the people.
couple.
He's just like, do you want to come and enjoy some time with us and chat a bit?
Well-
Maybe play cards?
I'm assuming he's not inviting the help. I'm assuming he's inviting the couple.
The help? Oh, I mean, yeah, he's talking to the couple specifically
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean the actual help.
because he's
Give
trying to be
me-
charming. So.
Yeah, give me a charm roll.
All right, I'm going to use a Eureka point on this.
Oh, we hit 36 likes, so we get an extra Eureka point. Thank you,
Nice.
chat.
Excellent.
Nice,
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Yay.
I got an extreme success with that Eureka point that I used, so I won't even change my number because I got an extra one and used it.
You see the young girl's eyes kind of light up as this big hulking man exhibits so much gentleness to where she actually withdraws her hand from her bow
Uh-oh.
and begins to stand up. And immediately he stands up, probably a full head shorter than you are, and squares up and immediately backs down just a little bit. And you see he says something in Russian, and she nods. And
Okay.
proceeds
I
over
know
to you.
Russian, but not a lot. I know a little less than it would take to know normal conversation. I got a 7. I don't have the 10% you normally need, or 11, whatever it is.
You would guess that he's basically questioning as to whether or not she genuinely wants to go and sit with a bunch of strangers.
He's going to not let on that he knows, and he's just going to clap him on the shoulder and kind of pretend to ignore her and just pulled out his hand to him and, introduce himself as he's kind of ushering him over. Hopefully she's coming with, and pull the tables together with the, the help of the help.
Yes, she does acquiesce to that, as does he, as he feels, you can tell he feels a little bit emasculated by your display. He wants to be the sole owner of her affections and her attention. But he does make his way over to your table. He pulls out a chair and sits down. He sits there and he listens to everybody, kind of speaking in English and French. And you can tell that he just kind of looks around and doesn't understand anything that anyone is saying. At which point, Sergina addresses you and says, "Hello, I am Sergina. It is nice to meet you."
I'm Clay York. And just hold out his hand to take her hand and, do the polite light kiss on it, and then introduce everyone around.
Yeah, I'll say, hi, I'm Camellia.
Jean-Luc.
Jimmy Summers, miss.
Excuse me, Jimmy, how rude of you. I was trying to introduce myself.
Please don't hit me.
You see, she looks at you, India, with a nod of respect.
Someone who actually understands, a woman can be strong and raise her voice and, assert herself to things.
And slap really, really hard.
And leave marks, too.
She says, "That goes a long way in my family."
Does it now? All right. Well, you and I, my dear, we can have a long conversation about this.
India, I always knew you were royalty.
You flatter me, Clay. You flatter me.
If you knew what I thought about royalty, I don't know if you'd be flattered. He's just going to try and hide his face as he's trying to make a joke. It probably came across as a huge insult.
All right.
Starts raising up her hand in defiance.
Jimmy's gonna flinch.
He just holds his jaw out.
It's Pavlov's
Jean-Luc just has the ear-to-ear smile.
Is the other gentleman all by himself now? Is he the only person by himself in the car over there? The curly-haired guy?
Did you want to invite the lady and other gentlemen that were sitting with him as well?
Yes.
So
yes.
there's like 3 people.
Yeah, I was trying to get everybody, but I couldn't remember if the guy with the curly hair was by himself or if he was with another couple.
No, you look and you see one of them looks to be, he's dressed in something which might signify maybe some sort of like a manservant type situation. The other one is dressed in, the young woman is dressed in, you can tell that she's got a very fine dress on, quite revealing, and she's wearing a corset with high-laced shoes. You would guess that she is probably a paid companion.
Okay. Clay's not worried about that. He's just going to kind of lean over and look at them and hold his glass up. And
okay. Give me another charm roll.
All right. You guys may have noticed that brushes with death make Clay very sociable.
How many people are you going to try to get me to roleplay at once? I think this is
all of them. All right. He got regular success on this one.
A regular success?
Everyone!
You can tell that the manservant and the prostitute both looked incredibly bored, just sitting there watching him nibble on little pieces of leather. So they both immediately stand up and make their way over to the table. The other one does, what was his name? Jean Pervois, doesn't even seem to notice. He continues nibbling on his little leather piece and examining it in the light and then throwing it down on the table, grabbing another little piece and nibbling on it and shaping it into something.
So the leather chewing guy, he's at the table?
He's at the table by himself.
Yeah, he's the only person by himself in the train car now besides the help.
You know what? Have the steaks arrived yet?
At this point, they'll bring out all the food, all the steaks, set it down in front of you.
Oh.
And going to stand up and take the guy aside and throw some more money in his pocket and said, "Do you think the cook could stay up a little bit longer?"
I think that could be arranged.
Excellent.
Oh.
Good man. Just pat him on the money.
I don't want to interrupt the flow here, but I think Jimmy's actually going to excuse himself and go approach the leather chewing guy.
Huh.
Okay. Let's see.
So Jimmy.
I'm not surprised.
Okay, so you approach him, and about the time you approach him, he nibbles off a piece of leather, spits it out, and it lands on your shoe.
Unfazed, Jimmy's going to extend his hand. Oh, gosh, mister. I couldn't help but notice you from across the way. That's a mighty interesting hobby you've picked up there. Is that some kind of leather working that I ain't heard of yet?
He looks up, startled, says, Well, where is Fifi and Jacques? And he looks over, back at your table, and in disgust, he says, Ugh, it's hard to find good help these days. I'm sorry. Whoa, what was your name?
Jimmy Summers, mister. And Jimmy will extend his hand.
He extends his hand very slowly, in which point you can see little bits of leather still stuck to his hand. He shakes your hand.
Pleased
Jean.
to meet you. Jimmy's going to shake it vigorously. Pleased to meet you, mister. They say Jean.
Jean Pervois.
Golly, that's like my friend back there, Mr. Jean-Luc.
You have another Frenchman. The only people of class in Europe.
Well, okay. He says that as he looks at the bits of chewed up leather around this guy. Yeah, class and sophistication.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. Is there something that I could help you with?
Well, gosh, I was kind of curious as to what you were getting up to here.
Can you not see? I'm shaping the leather.
Really? Into what?
Oh, well, textiles I could have sewn into different garments. It's more of a test to see just how supple the leather is and if it is of higher quality.
Ah.
Jimmy stumbled upon a Frenchman who makes leather garments. Got it. Who hangs out with a prostitute and a manservant.
Heck yeah.
All right, Jimmy, you stumbled upon the mother lode.
Yep, Jimmy's really onto something here. Oh, so gosh, so you're basically like a tailor.
No, I'm not a tailor. I'm a manufacturer of fine leather products.
You mean like shoes and belts and stuff?
Any things that could be made out of leather. I make it.
Oh, okay. Would you be interested at all in joining us at the table over there?
He looks over, and you can see he makes eye contact with his companion, who he named Fifi. He gets a scowl across his face. I did pay for an entire weekend. Make me a persuasion roll.
Okie dokie. By the way, totally out on a limb here. Don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, you're dumb in most of the places of your body, so it's forgivable.
Right.
I can only feel in my head, my right leg. I don't know what I'm doing.
Smooth talking Jimmy strikes once again.
I'm afraid I must see to my textiles. These leathers, they will not nibble themselves.
Gosh, mister, yeah, that really does look like quite a project you're working on here. I'll let you get on back to it. And then Jimmy's going to awkwardly shuffle back to the table. Okay, just for the hell of it, could I do a spot hidden to see if I notice anything that sticks out?
About him?
Yeah, or even just around him, you know?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that's taking up your vision are the little tiny shapes that he chews out of the leather, and you see he's got like a swatch or a bunch of swatches just kind of hanging out of a pack that are yet to be nibbled on, and just the little bits that he spit out after he's done chewing on them.
Okay. Well, obviously, Jimmy's sleuthing venture was a complete success. Back to the table.
All right, India, what are you doing?
I'm just also enjoying the dinner and listening to your guys' conversation back and forth and step in when I need to. Nibbling and watching Jimmy just make a buffoon of himself.
All right. And about this time, the rest of the food comes out. Everybody joins in. The steaks are cooked to perfection. The potatoes are nice and fluffy on the inside, but crispy on the outside. And the
Ooh,
bread
my
rolls
favorite.
are divine and hot and steamy.
That's why he's smiling.
Clay is, while we're in the middle of his dinner, since people are chatting and talking and stuff, he is going to attempt to play around with his Russian. And I was wrong. I do have Russian of 11. I was wrong. So he has the basic understanding of a basic conversation.
Very
But
nice.
he is trying to occasionally just send something across to the two. And then if anyone else asks what he's saying, he can just say, oh, I'm trying to ask blah, 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 blah. Since we're all
Blah,
talking
blah,
in
blah, 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 blah.
English and Russian and French and everything, it just seems like it would be fun.
Okay. Are you just wanting to make a Russian roll?
No, he's just making
Just
small
making
talk,
small talk?
honestly, because they mostly seem to speak Russian, and Clay is trying his best as a caveman to not be a complete jerk to the guy that he's making nervous by existing.
Okay.
By giving him some like, oh, I asked you a question. It's like, does he look old enough like he had fought in the war?
Yeah.
And just
He would have been relatively young, but yeah.
okay, just start with that conversation. Spend time talking to him and asking him questions and letting him talk and letting him get a little more comfortable if possible. And then let Camellia work on chatting with the man with the briefcase if she wants.
Okay. Go ahead, just for shiggles. Go ahead and give me a Russian roll real quick, just to see how you do.
All right, I'm gonna use one of those lovely, beautiful points that they gave me and try it. I have to roll really low. Nope. I'm butchering it. They're probably laughing at me, which is fine.
Okay. You're able to carry on a rather rudimentary conversation with them. You see that the gentleman who is named Vladimir Vasilenka, he introduces himself as, he did in fact fight in the war. He fought in the whatever front is most appropriate.
Sounds good to me. Western front for them, Eastern front for the Germans. Done.
And you carry on, and you begin to talk about. You begin to talk to Miss Romanov here, and she tells you about her family and the particular upheaval in recent years that they've gone through. But with that, Camellia, you said you wanted to talk to the gentleman with the briefcase.
Yes.
All right. He sits there and he cuts into his steak, and you look at it. It is a perfect medium rare. Argue with me on that, people. It is perfectly medium rare. He
No
takes a bite
argument.
and
Not done.
audibly. All
Smack
right.
him.
You know what?
Smack him,
Sacrifice
India.
the Eureka
Smack
point.
him!
He takes a bite and he audibly moans with pleasure. You can see that his nervousness has seemed to have faded just a little bit.
Mhm. If I may ask, what do you do for a living? Can't quite place you. I'm assuming a scientist?
Hmm.
No,
Where's
my
the
dear.
background?
I'm an antiquarian by trade.
Oh, you focus on antiques.
That's correct. The finer things were made in yesteryear. Manufacturing these days has taken a dive ever since the carpenter set aside his chisel and took to a lathe. craftsmanship is faded from all kinds of furniture and clothing. It's just, it lacks the heart and soul, and that's what I've devoted my life to.
Oh, very, very interesting. So, would you then say that, well, I guess I should say, what type of antiques do you specialize in? Statues, miniatures, moving parts, or whatever they're called.
Well, I'll
Um,
deal in just about
statues,
anything.
Automatons?
I can just do
automatons.
automatons. I'm afraid I'm not aware of what it is that you're talking about. I do believe there was a family back in was it Venice perhaps that dealt a little bit in that, but no, I can't say that I've done anything with that. But I'll deal in just about anything that I can get my hands on, whether it be any sort of furniture or books or any statues, art pieces, anything really. Anything that's
wow.
made in yesteryear.
Really? What type of books do you have in your collection that you're willing to part?
Oh, unfortunately I'm not carrying anything with me as far as books are concerned. Well, I'm actually on my way to Constantinople right now.
Oh, you are.
Hmm.
Are you gonna be there to potentially sell an item?
Well, I'm really just looking for curios, things that might be forgotten over there, or maybe underappreciated, and take it back to Alabama, and perhaps the finer people down there might see some value.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure you'll find plenty of things. Is there a particular item you have your eyes on, or just gonna see what's out there?
Oh, I'm just, really just looking to keep my eyes open. That is one of the most ancient civilizations on the face of the planet, so there's got to be something over there that's been overlooked. While he's talking, go ahead and give me a psychology roll real quick.
Do his hands look like somebody who's used to being in the dirt, like an archaeologist, or does he look like he has much softer, like, I only deal in the selling part?
I got a regular success.
Regular success? Okay. So, Clay, go ahead and give me a, your spot hidden. I guess at the risk of you running a fumble, go ahead and give me a spot hidden
True.
roll.
I do the fork in my eye because I didn't put the cork on it. Is that what you're saying?
That was close. That was really close. Okay, so Camellia, you can tell that he is he's not being 100% forward with you. You can tell that he's definitely got something on his mind that he is probably looking for. And Clay, you can tell this man is he's got softer hands. You can tell he's more fit for the paperwork side, the appraisal side.
Got it. Okay.
You've got ladies' hands.
Gosh, that was really
This
creepy.
What is
man
the
who
next
talks to
step?
the leather nibbler.
Is this next
The nibbler.
step in the train Constantinople?
What's that? I'm sorry. Are you asking me?
Yeah.
The next stop on the train is actually Belgrade.
Okay.
Well, the next scheduled stop that you all were planning on getting off on would be Belgrade.
Yep.
Okay.
You do know that there are a few other stops along the way, Zagreb, Vinkovci, but the ultimate destination is Belgrade.
Sure. Okay. I will say, I think what was his name?
Franklin Myers.
Franklin. Okay. Oh, dear Franklin, I think you and I both know that you're looking at something more specific than just watching to see what they have there. Now, go on. Do pray tell me.
Go ahead and give me I would say probably a persuade roll, but I'm looking for a hard success on this one.
Okay, I'm gonna use an Eureka point.
Jimmy, show him some leg.
Which one? The one that's got the fork holes in it?
That'll work.
Nope.
No.
No, because he wanted something. He wanted a hard success, and I just got a regular.
As I
yeah.
said, ma'am, I am a purveyor of anything of yesteryear.
Can I try to convince him otherwise? Can I roll a persuasion?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Okay, where did I leave it? Where did I leave it? Here we
They're
are.
still talking about steaks in chat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I bring the food out and people.
Oh.
Nice. Okay, India
Yeah.
Maria coming in with a hard success with a 10% no less in persuade. That's fantastic.
Make sure to
Oh,
check
wow.
that.
I did check that. I did check that. Woohoo!
He kind of looks at you up and down and he says, "My dear lady, you do not seem like someone who I would expect to be interested in the finer things such as this. But if and you must know, I seem to have come across a little bit of something that, well, for lack of a better word, it's a pair of things. I need one thing for the other.
Well, what is it that you're looking for?
It is best described as a black stone.
Okay.
It's described in a book by von Junst, if you're familiar.
I'm sure one of my entourages here would know more about it. I just was just more
familiar.
Clay, you would probably, I think you would probably know. And then I would say if Jean-Luc wants to give me a Cthulhu Mythos roll, you can.
Oh, yes.
Sorry,
Come
to
on,
interrupt you here, Nomi.
36.
I'm way too enthused about
35. That's a success by one.
Nice.
I did not get the mythic number of loss.
So, Clay, you've actually perused through this book. And Jean-Luc, you would know that the book that he is talking about is Unspeakable Kulten, or Unspeakable Cults.
And that is the book that Clay has in his pocket of his jacket with him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually pulls the copy out and just turns it towards the gentleman.
You see he gasps a little bit. My good man, how did you come into possession of such a book?
He's just going to lean across the table. I'm very persuasive. And just kind of lean back. And sorry, dear, you were talking to India Maria.
Yes.
No, you were talking to the gentleman. I interrupted.
I know.
I apologize.
No, Clay. By all means, I'm happy that you are taking part of our interesting conversation here, that we can help our dear friend help what he's looking for.
You can see that he looks at you. He looks at you and says, "You may want to think about disposing of that book."
Bad dreams,
You
Definitely,
could say
sweet
so.
dreams are not made of these.
Sweet dreams are definitely not made of these.
Who am I to disagree? Oh, boy.
I'm fine. I've only destroyed, one hotel room after reading it, I think? Something along like those.
You are very good at that.
It was a cold night.
He says, he looks at you, India and Jean-Luc and Clay, very sternly at this point. You can see a faint quiver come down his spine. He says, "There is a reason I keep it locked up in this briefcase here."
Well,
Ooh.
that's a good point. And which version do you have?
It's one of the earlier editions.
We should compare these at some point. Perhaps after some of the others have left the table.
I'm not sure that I am up for opening this book.
I understand.
But mine is penned in the original German.
And I think this one was in German. I'm trying to remember.
I think
Turkish.
What was it in? Oh, we don't
Was
have it written in
Turkish?
what language it was in.
I think
Which
it was,
one?
I think it was in English, if I remember
The
correctly.
Nameless Cults. I
think it
couldn't
was-
remember. I couldn't
it's-
remember.
Yeah, because it's nameless. It's your version is called Nameless Cults. Do you remember where were you when you found it?
We got it from the library, I think, because I think he took it from the library.
I know you took it from the library. Was it Milan?
I kind of want to say that it was Milan. I don't think it was Venice.
Let's see. I think I'm fairly certain yours was in English. I'm not going to take the time to look through now, but
I
I'm
think you're
fairly
right
certain
because
yours
you have
was
it
in-
written in English on my page, so makes
Yeah.
sense. He's going to say, well, this copy is in English. So a bit of a difference.
Well, let's just say that the original tongue is quite potent.
And you're looking for a place to sell that, is what you're saying.
I would rather not speak too openly about such an ordeal.
That's fine. That's fine. But if you were to put a price on it,
I wouldn't give
Let
this
me
book
know.
to my worst enemy.
but would you sell it to him? He's just going to raise a glass.
You see, you get a little smirk out of him.
And yeah, just spend some time, get some more absinthe and whatnot, because I know Camellia likes absinthe, and I think that India was having absinthe as well at one point.
I definitely was.
I get a little bit of the green fairy for everybody.
All right. So, you all sit there and you drink your drinks, you eat your dinner, and just once again for shiggles, everybody go ahead and give me a Constitution roll.
I'm going to use a Eureka point. No, you know what? I'm not going to need it.
I drank that whole bottle of whiskey and I laughed at it, Moss.
I still,
Wow.
I still had a negative 10 in mine, but I shouldn't have because I wasn't using a Eureka point. But I
Oh,
still
that's
made it.
okay. That's
After I just said, oh no, I'm not going to need any.
okay. Yeah. Okay. So India, Maria, and Jimmy, both of you are starting to feel pretty loosey goosey.
No.
Miss India,
What?
Oh, gee.
what do you say we go back to the room and I'll read books to you? Huh?
Oh my god.
Let me pretend that I have like a glass of whatever absinthe here.
And about the time you say that, one of Sergina's bourgeois jumps up into your lap and starts licking your face.
Who, me?
Ugh.
Yeah, you.
No. Oh. Well, hey, Mr. Doggy.
He got the kisses he wanted.
I love you too.
She says, Sergey, down.
That's Sergey. Bad.
Call me.
Oh my god.
Or Jamie was just so inebriated he thought it was India. He thought it was me that was kissing him.
It's possible.
Who knows?
Jimmy.
That was a lot of tongue.
Wasn't as wet.
Golly, Miss India.
I'm glad you weren't drinking anything when I said that. I was like, oh God, wait. Okay, she didn't. Okay.
I didn't have anything in. I didn't have any thing to drink. But
Miss India, you might want to consider shaving.
Jimmy, I'm right over here. How dare you? You know what? I'm gonna do a fighting brawl. I'm gonna slap him again.
Oh
How
my
could you be
god.
over
He's gonna
there if
die.
you're
He
over
only has
there?
like 4 hit points.
Yeah, you will murder Jimmy.
Do you intentionally do damage? Yes,
So
okay.
slap
You
up
have
the
to
back
do
of
damage.
the head.
4 points left.
Do it. Do it.
You know what, fighting brawl? I'll use it as a throwing my drink in his face.
There you go. All right. Jimmy, you have some very strong spirits thrown in your face.
I'm getting Mummy's Mask flashbacks for some reason.
I'm gonna go to bed. I will just say good night. I'll finish my last drink and let these lovers duke it out.
Oh, I'm going to bed. I'm not staying around here. I'm not
I
going
would
to
say-
be a target for drunken insults. I'm better than that. I'm just better.
Regular insults all the way.
I order another bottle of whiskey and have a big smile on my face as I'm being entertained.
Clay is going to just look down at Calvino, who's asleep on his lap, and just kind of scruff him on the neck and just say, "Can you go make sure that the ladies get to their rooms? We'll keep the dogs away from them." And see what he does.
All right, who are you talking to? I'm sorry.
Calvino.
Cat.
Oh, okay.
The only one with any sense in this group.
I just told him to go make sure that the ladies get back to their staterooms or their cabins.
You see he hops up onto the bar and begins purring. All right, so the rest of you are going to bed then?
Jimmy would have passed out on his way, so he's just he would either fall flat on his face or have passed out in his chair.
Okay, sounds good. And at a certain point over the course of the night, you pass out, and the last thing you remember is someone in white coming in, attempting to pick you up and move you to your room.
No, please, Mama, I want to play just a little bit longer.
It is impolite to sleep in the hallway.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mama.
And the door shuts behind the staff member. So,
I was gonna say Calvino sounds different.
He's got quite the vocab.
with that, you all, let's see.
That's a good one, Gamera. I like to believe that canonically Calvino just dragged Jimmy back to his room.
So, as you all approach Ljubljana, a town along the railway, you all fall asleep, and I need for you all to give me a power roll right quick.
Oh my god, are you serious? Do we have to do power rolls every single night?
Eureka point.
I wouldn't bother.
My success, as
they take
always,
away our magic
is
and
very
we
hard.
don't use it.
Regular success.
Okay.
It's a 36 hard, which is not that hard. Now that I think about it.
Regular
A
success.
couple
All right.
of us, yeah. Eldritch,
the-
you and I got hard successes. Man.
Those of you who failed only lose 2 points of magic. However, you begin to feel a little bit drained during your sleep, but you all, at different increments over the course of the night, you wake up and you look towards the door, and you see the door just slightly ajar, and you see a pale blue light seemingly make its way in, and manifest there is a familiar apparition, Johann Winkelmann. And he holds up his hand to you, and then, as if the wind is blowing through the cabin, he vanishes in wisps. And you can tell that whatever it was, whatever goal he had, you all had accomplished that goal. And so, as a consequence, you all regain 1d3 sanity points. as well as an additional 1d4 sanity points for recovering the right leg of the simulacrum.
Would you
So
like us to roll
1d4?
or you're rolling the d6? So we got 2 back.
No, that d6 was for the magic point loss.
Oh. So we should each roll 1d3
Mhm.
plus a 1d4.
Correct.
How do I do that?
You can type /die space 1d3 plus 1d4.
All right, repeat that again to me. I wasn't paying attention.
/die
I'm
Space.
saying again.
Okay.
and then 1d3 plus 1d4.
Okay. /DIE.
Yep, space 1d4
Okay.
plus 1d3.
How many hit points do I heal overnight?
Uno.
1 hit point.
I'll take it.
What was the D4 again? I
The d4 was for retrieving the leg or the arm rather.
yeah,
No, it's
sanity.
the leg. It is the leg.
Sanity.
I'm sorry.
sanity. Okay.
Larm, egg,
Yeah, alarm, egg.
whatever.
them.
You know something. It's either west or east. I don't know which. You're gonna
Okay.
kill me. I know.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, chat's gonna freaking just lambaste me. Yeah, it was the arm. I said it was, or it was the leg. I said it was the arm the whole time.
It's
It
a
was the
Lego.
leg. It was the leg.
The Winkle Ghost.
Rest in peace, Winkle Ghost.
Yeah,
Nice 40 Viking.
I like it.
All right.
I don't remember what our thing was, other than to get the. Wasn't the coin with him? It was, or was it?
Since it's a new day, can I roll first aid to see if I can heal myself even more?
That would require a medicine roll.
A medicine roll. Shit,
Mhm.
my
You know
medicine
what?
is
I'd like
one.
to do. I'd like to do that too. Actually,
Does anybody have
Someone-
medicine that's more than just a 1?
I got first
India-
aid.
And did
India got
you
medicine up, didn't she?
Did
I
you-
got 14.
did you all roll a medicine roll when you first got out of the?
No, we rolled first aid. That's what you told us
Yeah.
to roll.
Okay, but nobody rolled a medicine. That's what I'm making sure.
No.
No.
Okay, because there's a difference. First aid is basically like when you're freshly injured and stuff.
Okay.
Medicine is a much more long term, and you can
Okay.
basically it's medicine roll once per week, and you regain an additional 1d3.
I
Okay.
have a medicine of 3.
I have a medicine of 11.
Medicine.
So Nomi has a medicine of what, 14?
Yep.
You wanna roll for me, Nomi?
Sure.
Nope.
If Jimmy says pretty please, would India help him as well?
No.
Fair enough. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to do it myself.
The leg.
You know what? I'm not that heartless. Yes, I'll do it. I'll help.
Thank you, Miss India.
Why is Jean-Luc insane again?
I'm always insane.
He's always insane. We
That's
figured
my
out.
secret.
Yeah, it's definitely something like the program doesn't have a way for me to change from day to day to day, and so it thinks that this entire campaign is taking place over one day, which is why it shows him and Jimmy now having gone indefinitely insane.
But I'm back to max sanity.
I don't think
Well,
it
my
matters.
max. No, probably not.
I'm nowhere near my max sanity.
The program doesn't know that.
It doesn't get it. If we can't really do medicine on ourselves, can we?
No, I would
Okay.
say not.
I mean, I don't need to. I'm only down a hit point. I'm just curious if any of the people who are injured could. But
I
Pretty
can
please, Miss India,
definitely-
would you help me out?
I can definitely double check on that.
I already helped you out, Jimmy. What else? What more do you need?
No, you need to roll again.
Oh,
Needs all the help.
medicine?
yeah, you tried on Camellia,
Okay. I'm gonna use my Eureka point.
and she's going to use her loving touch to amputate something.
Well, it was nice knowing you, old boy.
I'll amputate.
Pretty please with huevos con weenies on top.
Oh dear! Don't
Oh,
say
sorry.
either of those words while she's operating on you.
Whatever happened to Daxian's bingo card?
When I do a Eureka point, do I do anything?
-10 in the lower left-hand box.
Menu?
Daxie had been out, but he's catching up on the show now. I don't think he's done a card recently.
No, it's been a while.
Oh,
Dang it! Sorry, Jimmy. Guess we're gonna have to die.
I could try, but I've only got a 9, and I'll probably cut off.
I will
something.
not be able to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
I would help you, old boy, but you're a goner either way.
Damn.
Okay. So let me clarify something, because for whatever reason, medicine is it's not incredibly complex, but it's more
Sorry,
complex than I
Florida.
thought. So you can use medicine. You have to use it on another person, but you can do it once per day, and that recovers 1d3 hit points. At the end of a week, you can make a recovery roll, and at that point, I believe it's Constitution. At that point, you can regain an additional 1d3.
And if you fumble a medicine roll, does it do something bad?
That is another question, which I will address after I look it up.
Okay.
She tries to bandage Jimmy up, but just ends up stuffing it in his mouth.
Well,
Here, Jimmy, eat this.
You know, Jimmy, I was feeling quite, I don't know, medically inclined today, but since you've already had some help, I guess you don't need me.
huh. He sounds funny.
Oh,
Got
he'll
a
be
bandage in his
fine.
mouth.
So hopefully everybody enjoyed Clay being social for a change.
Ooh.
Instead of being a... Yeah.
You handled yourself, very well, Mr. York.
Okay.
It's a facade. I mean, yes, it's wonderful.
It doesn't say anything about fumbling a medicine roll or a recovery roll.
I mean, you've been quite nice
okay.
to everyone except that cockroach thing.
So,
Yeah, it deserved it. Well, I'm willing to try. I wasn't sure if him like fumbling or impaling a fumble or something is going to like mean that I kill Jimmy, because that would be a horrible way to go.
He's a goner anyway. Just go for it. What's the worst that can happen?
I told you to hold still, Jimmy. Starts up chainsaw.
Man, so much more blood in my hands.
Someone say blood.
Exactly. Red sauce.
Oh.
It's human Colorado sauce, right? Is that
Bean juice.
right?
Human bean juice.
Ugh.
okay. Let me see.
And the main reason I'm asking about that is because I have this history of failing and impaling or like fumbling rolls that are important recently.
I've never seen you not fail last week.
There we go. You probably had it coming, yes.
All right. So, as you all are sleeping on the train,
Another ghost.
I healed him.
The ghost of Winkleman. Holy shit, he did heal.
I did. I used my last Eureka point. And I'm like, oh, that's where the bleeding's coming from. Pinch.
Well, maybe he'll get some medicine. I mean, it'd be hard
Oh,
not
that gives him 1d3 back?
I believe that was the arrangement.
medicine? Yes.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do it. I got an extreme success. You're going to get 2 hit points back. He just probably walks in, slaps you around a bit. He's like, feel better?
Hold still, Jimmy. I have to cauterize it.
But I'm not bleeding.
I said hold still.
He used the iron and what is the hot iron and whiskey card? Is that the Savage Pathfinder one? There we go. Here, drink this and bite down on this. Or
Yeah.
wait, one of them.
You
Bite down
give
on one
him
of
a
them, drink the
lovely
other.
scar.
Here you go.
That's not it.
Here, Jimmy, bite down on the pain stick.
Oh, boy.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm looking through some stuff here because I'm
You
being
good
messaged. I'm being messaged on the side.
Oh, okay.
Tell your girlfriend that you're in the middle of the
Ooh.
game and this is more important.
He's
Ooh,
got
Moss
a
is getting side message.
message. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Moss has got a girlfriend.
Is it because of that pink truck? Dang, I knew it.
Okay, first I was rubbing it out before the game started, and now And now I get all the ladies because of my pink truck.
And now we're rubbing it in.
Hey,
Well, I don't know what
speaking of
type
that,
of lady you want that wants a pink truck, but I don't think that's the lady you want.
Nomi, did you get the wrap for your truck yet?
What's his
Not
name,
yet.
Moss?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
ma'am.
Bert.
Is it Randy?
Bertinda.
It's ma'am. It is ma'am.
It's ma'am.
Was that your vanity plate?
Yeah.
1T5 M44M. Yes.
Do you have pink trees hanging in the window, Moss?
Yes, it smells like bubble gum.
Hey, I
so-
will tell you, when I was on college campus, back in the days when I was in college, we used to slide down the hill that was the main part of the campus. It was this really steep hill. We used to take the trays from the commissary and slide down in the winter when they had the flamingo month, and they would stack them all up there and they would cover the entire hill with it. There were people who would go out there on the trays and they would slide down the hill just destroying all this thing.
Drive.
They got in a little bit of trouble. Just saying.
Yeah, I bet.
One guy got one stuck through his arm because it had those two metal legs that come down, and you're going kick, 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 and the thing went right between the bones. And he's like,
Oh, no. That's
Oh,
worse.
God.
this was before the internet and all that, so it was basically people were like, "Oh my God, that's horrible."
You could have went viral, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, there's a fun story about pink.
All right.
Did I cover it for you long enough, Moss?
That was a good
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. I still didn't figure out what I was looking for. I'm going to have to do it after. But we'll just kind of move right along. So as you all are passed out, sleeping, I need everyone to give me a listen roll really quickly.
Oh,
Okay.
dear. I've used all my lovely Eureka points. So.
I'll use the Eureka point for this.
Holy smokes,
Oh,
critical
I got a critical
success.
success.
Oh,
I can hear everything.
I missed my
nine.
She
Oh
can hear.
no, I can hear Jimmy doing nasty stuff in his room. Gross.
Which
I
is-
hear the
Here.
thing too. Whatever it
Hear
is.
Hear
tomorrow's
Jimmy-
All right.
news.
You
his
could hear
dumb
Jimmy. You could hear him writing his John Carter fan fiction.
Ew.
Oh gosh.
So, as you all are sleeping, Eldritch and Camellia, you can hear footsteps coming down the hall. And as they pass by your room, you hear something being said in Russian. And you hear kind of haphazard steps making their way down the hall, almost stumbling. You hear a bump into a door, and then you hear one of the doors at the end of the car slide open.
Moss.
I
No
will.
Russian.
Always
I
Russian.
will. I will take out my gun and put on a coat and go out and look.
Okay.
I read my book.
All right. You pay no heed. Pay no heed to the nightly noise. So, Camellia, as you exit your sleeping cabin, you look out. You look both ways, and you can see. Oh God, I already forgot his name.
Henry.
Vladimir. You see
Vlad.
Vladimir, the companion to Sergina,
Serene.
is walking very clumsily with his head pointed just straight up, almost as if he's a turkey in the rain.
Okay.
Damn rain
I
turkeys.
will
I like that.
keep an eye. While I'm still looking at him, I'll go and knock on Clay's door and say, "Clay, wake up!"
What do I do to make up?
Clay, do you wake up?
He is such a crazy psycho person. When somebody actually knocks on his door, he is literally up quickly, standing there in his boxers, looking around, looks at Calvino, and then realizes it was the door.
Meow.
Opens it with Matilda in one hand.
Keep your gun or Matilda close. Come on, this is weird. Look what he's doing. You think he's like in some type of trance?
Oh God. Okay.
I don't
Right.
speak Russian.
Step out and he's going to. Oh wait, should I bother him, or should we
Yeah.
let him go with what he's doing? Is he
Well,
just standing there, or is he walking?
He is currently walking. He has opened the door between train cars, and he is currently standing on a platform between your train car and the foregone, the rear train car.
Okay. I
Oh.
will make sure to grab his coat and pull him back so he doesn't kill himself.
And
Yeah,
as
make
you
sure he
all,
doesn't fall off.
as you approach, you can hear him, Clay. He says, "You called me. I came. You called me. I came." He just repeats it over and over as he stares blankly up into the sky.
I think he's sleepwalking.
Clay is going to look into the sky and help her pull him back in. He's
And-
paranoid now.
I think he came, guys.
It's a good thing I'm not there. I would tell you to wake a sleepwalker, you must stab him repeatedly.
As you pull him back, you startle him. He starts awake and he gets into a fighting stance, almost as if he's ready to defend himself. And he looks at you and he rubs his eyes. What am I doing here?
Well, you almost fell off the
He says
train.
in-
That's what happened.
He says in Russian.
I'll say it in English.
Clay has his hand kind of on his shoulder still, and he's still looking at the sky. He's like, "You said someone called you, and you came here. Do you sleepwalk?" And he'll just ask him that in Russian.
Not normally. I do not know. I don't remember anything.
Is the moon out? Stars? Is it cloudy?
Tell him that he almost killed himself when we saved him.
Give me a spot hidden roll real quick, if you would, Clay.
Oh, me, not me.
Yeah, he's looking kind of
Regular.
out. I assume you're kind of looking out the windows and out the open door.
Yeah, because he had no door. He's kind of looking out and looking up at the sky to see if like moon's out. If why he was looking up like a turkey in the rain.
You can see out the windows. You can see that the fields beyond are covered in snow, and they reflect the bright moonlight, which is cast down upon them. It's almost as if it's not midday bright, but you can see for probably miles. But just along the edge of the window, you see a faint wisp of mist coalesce right near the window and fog it up just a little bit and
Wow.
flit away.
The mist again.
Friend, the mist is back. Okay, close the door and just pat the guy on the chest and say, it's a good thing that she's a light sleeper. Otherwise, you may have fallen off of the train.
Thank you for not letting me walk off of the edge of the train. I should very much like to go back to bed.
Yep. Clay is going to lead him back to his room or walk behind him to make sure he gets back to his room.
And now that he is awake, you see that he now has no issues walking. He is tired, but he doesn't walk with that same clumsy and haphazard pattern that he had before. And you're able to lead him back to his room.
Okay.
I will go and assume that John Luke is still up, so I'll knock on his door.
Yes.
That one Russian guy almost killed himself by sleepwalking. Is there some type of magic that can put somebody while you're sleeping, force you to do things that you don't know you did?
Probably lots of them.
Maybe we can talk about it tomorrow. I'll give you some time to research.
Clay will just come up behind you and say, I think it is tomorrow, but we might need a little more sleep.
Yeah, I'm sure Jean Luc actually sleeps, even if it is 1 hour.
Sleep is overrated.
But I'm concerned that if there's magic afoot, then we are also susceptible to it. Every night, it seems like something tries to penetrate my head for some reason.
Well, better your head than somewhere else, but
Yes.
it has been a most dreadful journey so far.
And Clay is
We
just
should-
going to lean in and say, friend, the mist was back. Yes.
We should probably check on our boy Jimmy. The mist was back. See what now?
I saw it
The
outside the
mist.
window.
You saw the mist again, Clay?
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
mean like the
good
vampire
point.
mist?
Maybe. Something. It wasn't natural.
Hmm.
Speaking of unnatural, yes, we should check on the boy and the
point.
girl.
And the statues.
Yes,
Correct.
he might be doing unholy things with them again or something.
Okay, I'll
Amelia,
go.
do you want to check on India or do you want to check on Jimmy and the statue?
I'll check on India. You guys check. Maybe one of you check on Jimmy, and the other one could check on the statues.
Strathmore? Statue?
Not check Jimmy.
All right, I'll check the statue.
I'm not a
You,
big
you,
fan. Of the
you
statue.
do care about him.
No, I just don't want to go near the statues. They're deadly. Look at Jimmy. He's half dead already.
Yeah, go check on the statue and
You seem to love death, so I figured the statue would be your thing.
Okay. Sounds good. So you make your way back into the foregun, where all of the luggage and everything is kept. You can see as you slide the door open, it looks like there is a staff attendant who normally would be standing guard is currently asleep, leaning against the wall, sitting in his stool. You see a couple of hammocks on either side swinging with staff members currently asleep. And just beyond, you see the collection of luggage for all of the passengers.
go make sure that the statue is still in its box and or undisturbed. If it's not unlocked or anything, he's probably going to leave it alone. But
yeah, you look at the case which you had the statue placed in, and you can see it looks undisturbed. The lock is still intact.
Actually, we do have a key. He's going to he's paranoid. He's going to take a peek just to make sure. He's not going to disturb the statue, but he's going to unlock it and look inside, make sure it's still got something in it.
It's not a bag of rocks.
Yeah, at this point you look in and you are met with the glare of iridescent white reflections of your own face off of the torso and the legs and the arm.
So uncanny. All right, lock it back up. And just walk on out. Just look at the sleeping guy. Just shake his head. And as he walks out, he's going to make sure to close the door loudly and then make his way back to his room quickly.
You hear from the other side, "Holy shit!"
Which gives him a little bit of humor, a little bit of, I guess, yeah, a little bit of happiness. Yeah, there we go.
All right, and the other ones are Jean-Luc, you're checking on Jimmy?
Yep.
All right. Jimmy, there's a knock at your door. I assume if you knock, or you just go in?
No, I just go in.
Sounds about right. So I would have had to have been awake in order to hear what I heard. So, yeah, I guess Jimmy would just be in his room, still partially inebriated. As look, Mr. G, I wrote a story. It's called John Carter Goes to the Wonderful Land of Oz. And Jimmy
So he's
just
not
holds
doing
it.
nothing weird when I walk in, Moss?
He's being Jimmy.
All right.
That sounds pretty weird.
I walk out of the room. I go, he's still broken. He's fine.
He's so broken. It's too funny.
I ignore your book, but I just turn around and walk.
He put his heart and soul into it. What's
I'm
wrong?
sure
with
he
you?
did. I'm sure it's wonderful.
High
Clay, I'd
art.
love to read it sometime. Me, on the other hand, I won't read that dribble.
When Clay gets back, if they're still out there in the hallway making their way back to their rooms, he'll just say the statue's still there. Guards was asleep, but I woke them up.
Well, Jimmy's still Jimmy, so everything seems to be mostly okay.
How about India?
I'll knock on India's door while you guys are knocking on doors. And do you answer?
I answer. Hello? Oh, hello, Camellia.
How are you feeling?
A little bit of a pounding headache, but overall doing good. A little parched, need more water, but
Okay.
yeah,
No mist
just
coming into your room?
not that I've noticed. I've always just been rubbing my eyes all morning, so I haven't really paid attention to that.
There was a mist that apparently cast a spell on the Russian, and he almost fell off the train because he was under that spell.
You don't say. Well, is he okay?
Well, we barely saved him in time, but he kept saying something about, you called me, here I am.
Okay.
Very odd. So make sure to keep your windows closed and keep your eyes peeled for any type of mist.
Okay. No, thank you for the warning, and I hope that our dear Russian friend will recover well.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. I will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
And
Keep me posted.
I'll take Clay and Jean-Luc that India's fine, and I'll go back to bed.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. So do you all make your way back to bed then?
Sure.
Clay's gonna go to bed. Yes.
All right, sounds good. So, you all continue on the tracks through Zagreb and along forward until you know that you're scheduled for a brief stop in Vinkovci at 6:15 in the morning. However, you're all jolted awake at about that same time. And you wake up and you rub your eyes and you look outside and you can see that the train is slowing down very steadily.
That
is to be expected, right?
You look around and you see that there is no sign of any town anywhere near.
Okay, then I will definitely get up, grab my gun again, get dressed, and go find everybody.
Yeah, I put the rifle in the coat.
Gonna grab. Hungover. Gonna grab using sword cane to stabilize myself. Also gonna grab my gun.
All right, and you see all of the same passengers. You see Sergina, you see Vladimir, you see Franklin, and Jean Pervois, and all of their companions. All exit their rooms and begin making their way forward in the train towards the dining car. And at which point you see that one of the staff members, one of the conductors, addresses everyone and says, pardon me, I apologize for the delay. There is a mechanical problem at Vinkovci. It's causing a delay. We will be there as soon as possible. Please, we will be serving breakfast here shortly, and I will provide newspapers for your reading enjoyment.
So they're not in Wakanda yet, you're saying, old boy?
I'm not
Wakanda?
sure where Wakanda is, but the answer is no.
I'm gonna do a psychology on him to see if he's telling the truth about it being only as a mechanical repair issue.
I thought she was going to check if he was being truthful about Wakanda.
Regular success.
So did I.
I mean, to the best of your knowledge, he's telling you everything that he knows.
Okay. And what about the
Clay?
Wakanda message? Are we actually not in Wakanda?
You know what's in the briefcase now. It's vibranium. So Clay is, now that they're sure that it's not like an immediate threat or something, he's actually going to go back to his room and actually put a shirt on because he just came out in his pants. He at least put pants on. He's just this huge, scarred, crazy-looking guy.
Phrasing.
Yeah, and then goes back and gets on actual clothes for breakfast.
Camellia will ask the captain after he's done giving the speech to everybody, what type of problem? Mechanically speaking. But I might know somebody that can help.
To the best of our of what we know, it seems as though there is a problem with one of the vital rail switches.
Oh, so not even in the train. We're talking about the train tracks.
Correct. In Vinkovci.
So it's not switching. So we cannot go inside the town.
Indeed.
What's the estimation, old boy?
Well, we will arrive in Vinkovci. Unfortunately, once we reach Vinkovci, the train will have to stop and cannot progress any further. The arrival time at this point is unknown. It is several miles still.
I
We are
look him
waiting
deep.
for a word.
I look him deep in his eyes and go, "Who are your overlords?"
Mm-mm.
The conductor of the train.
Let's get down to brass tacks, old boy. Who's controlling you?
Well, I am a Presbyterian, so in my belief, we all have free will, and he goes on and
I'm
begins
gonna
ministering to
do
you.
a psychology roll on whether or not he's actually now being controlled or being told to lie to us.
He's an Anglican, isn't he?
I got a regular.
Yeah, I mean he's being genuine.
I'm just making sure he's not German.
Yep. No, he is very clearly French.
Okay. I will then
That's
ask
what a
him
German would want you to think.
if the problem is in the train tracks, how will the city know to fix it if we're way over here? If they're way over there.
The authorities are already seeing to their repairs. Unfortunately, it seems as though it may take some time.
So sometime. So like a day?
Optimistically, maybe.
Okay. Pessimistically, are we talking a week?
Perhaps. It depends on the extent of the problem and what the root cause was.
I'm gonna do a psychology roll on his answer. I got an 80.
Yeah, he's being truthful with you.
Look
Okay.
over at India. Do you think
Yes.
your friend had something to do with this?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
That would be catastrophic.
This almost reeks of him. It sounds like his funny doing.
Hmm.
Jimmy, thoughts?
And there's no possibility, there's no possibility that they can fix it earlier, and it's not just we're being stalled for time.
Unfortunately, Miss Camellia, I have very limited information. I am being as forthcoming as I can.
Wow.
Regular success.
He's being
Do not
truthful.
trust this guy.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, who could we talk to get more information about?
This is being perhaps once we get to Vinkovci, we might be able to gather a little bit more information.
Since Clay asked, it's well, my thoughts. Gosh, I'm pretty handy with a wrench. Maybe I can help out.
You'd have to get to Vinkovci.
We'll have to
Well, I
walk
mean,
from
I
miles
mean,
along.
with the repairs, you know.
Yeah, they're in town. That's a few miles away.
No. I thought repairs were going on here locally.
No, so
They're in
he
the train
says that perhaps my terrible French accent has has befuddled my point. So basically, he says that down the line in Vinkovci, there is an issue with the track switches, and they've had to slow the train down to a crawl, so as to not, cause any derailments or any issues.
Oh, well, in that case, look at my fan fiction, Mr. York.
Okay. Well,
All right,
if
start
we're
looking
gonna
at
be
over
here-
breakfast.
If we're gonna be here for a long time, then is it okay for us to get off the train and do some target practice?
The train is still moving.
Oh, it's still moving. I thought we were not moving at all.
Oh
Just
no,
at a crawl.
you're just moving at a crawl. It's faster than walking. But it's definitely not full speed like it was.
Okay, got it.
You're gonna have to
All right.
help run around with some moving targets. That you hold them up higher. We don't want to hit you. I'm kidding.
And you see they begin passing out as breakfast is being prepared. You can see that everybody begins getting more and more frustrated, very clearly, just like you as players are. You can see that they begin passing out newspapers and such, one of which being called Chibales,
I'll
which
do a
is
spot hidden on the newspaper.
okay.
And what language is this in?
It is in Serbo-Croat.
Oh.
Okay, I can't speak it, but I'll still do a spot hidden to see if I recognize any words.
Okay. You look around and you don't really recognize any words specifically. Let me see.
Maybe one of them says Eldritch Gore.
Yeah, there's a picture of
Amelia.
Eldritch's face.
Oh,
Yeah, talking about
Exactly.
murder of some communist.
By the way, Nomi, earlier when you pulled that thing out and put it in your mouth, I thought that was a harmonica. And I was like, oh, it's a hair clip. I was like,
It's a
why
hair
is she
clip.
about to play the harmonica on stream?
I don't know how to play harmonica, but I know how to make whistly sounds with my hands.
I thought you were going to make those weird noises.
All right. So,
Whoa.
You
Whoa.
got the moon
Cool.
sound. Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. My hands are too dainty for that.
Sounds like that thing that we never see in this game.
Well, it's because you drive that pink car.
You're on it.
Jimmy's mom.
I didn't even want to
what
hear
you're
it.
You walked yourself into it.
So, with that spot hidden roll, very clearly, you don't really recognize any of the words. However, you do see it looks to be a photograph showing an underground vault with tools and artifacts laid out on the floor. You do see a couple of people are currently perusing it over their coffee. One of which is actually somebody that you don't recognize. He's kind of a middle-aged guy. His hair's beginning to gray. He's got a kind of a thicker mustache which comes down in handlebars. And he sits at the edge of one of the tables and sips coffee as he reads the paper.
Okay. He seems to know the language. I'll go to him. I'll say, buongiorno. Do you speak English?
Oh, yes, I speak English, yes.
Do you mind telling me what this article over here says?
Oh, about the Crusader's tomb.
Yes.
And you can see that he will begin translating into a thing.
A thing.
Boop.
Cool.
Do I have any volunteers, or are you going to make me read it?
I can read it. 3 months ago, construction was halted on the Nicola P. I don't know how to pronounce that school when workers discovered an underground structure while digging a foundation. Dr. Dragomir Moric, an archaeologist from the University of Zagreb, I hope I said that right, identified the site as a 12th or 13th century Crusaders' tomb. Dr. Moric's team began excavations, and since then, no information has been made public. But this reporter has learned through an exclusive source that the Crusaders' tomb is more library than final resting place. The site is filled with documents and treasures looted from Constantinople by Crusaders returning from the Fourth Crusade. Why would Dr. Moric keep the discovery secret? My source informs me that a prominent Croatian Crusader, Sir Miho of, wow, a lot of weird words, Dubrovnik is connected to this site. Is Dr. Moric himself a Croat? or attempting to hide the fact that Sir Miho created this tomb to hide treasures he looted during the sack of Constantinople? Is Dr. Morik protecting an old family secret passed down through the centuries? This discovery belongs to the people of man, these words. And we hope that Dr. Morik from Zagreb will soon give a full account of his findings.
Oh, that is so interesting. I will tell everybody in the party what he said, or when he's gonna read it, I'll just drag everybody from the party to listen.
And with that,
Probably should check that out.
all right. And at this point, go ahead.
One thing before we proceed. As for Jimmy's fan fiction, because there is a method to my madness. In his drunken stupor, he did try to write it out in Turkish. I would like to roll a Turkish.
Sure. All right.
See if make any headway in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're very good at it.
So Mr. York, it is complete and total gibberish.
Yeah. In fact, you fumbled it so bad. Some of it probably resembles Spanish.
I take it from him. I go, I thought you said this was Turkish, Jimmy. Clearly it is Greek.
Some of it is just feces smeared on the paper.
Let's see. Is it any Turkish?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I actually succeeded in Turkish. Did he get any Turkish words right?
You know what? Jimmy, give me a luck roll.
V. Yeah, you know what? Can I take that back?
You
Never
suck.
mind.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. 2 fumbles in a row. That's a first.
It made sense at the time.
Now, does that mean that Clay, succeeding at Turkish, has been able to determine that there is not a single Turkish word in this?
That is correct.
Okay.
And yet somehow at the end of this, you will probably somehow get better at Turkish by not reading Turkish.
And by the way, I do think Clay fumbled twice in a row last game.
Oh,
I
did
think
he?
I trumbled 3 times.
In a row?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if it was in
But
a
I
row,
think
but there
two
were
of them were in a
3.
row.
2 of them were in a row, but I think there were 3 fumbles for the whole.
Yeah,
I failed
yeah.
Oh
almost
my gosh.
everything except for Brawl last time.
That's crazy. All right. So about this time, is there anything else that you all would like to do? Anyone you would like to talk to on the train?
I want
Give
to-
him his book back
Wait.
and say, "Not your best effort, Jimmy."
I will ask the antique dealer if he knows about this dig. in
Jimmy's
Constantinople.
actually crushed that his
You
hero
know
just
about
told him that
the
it wasn't good.
dig. Let me see.
Do I recognize any of these
Um,
names, Moss, as archaeologists? Since I'm an archaeologist, do I know this man?
Um,
Oh, that guy's a hack.
Luck roll?
let me see. I would say probably
Archaeology roll?
an idea roll.
I got ideas.
Yeah. And as you, Camellia, you asked the antiquarian, you asked Franklin if he knows about this dig. He simply replies, "Oh, I know. I am afraid that this is probably a new development."
Suks.
Hold on, let me do a psychology on that because I don't believe him.
You don't believe
Also, let me
anybody.
get any skills this week.
Because all of these things, I can't think of a good skill for the things that you ask for. Let me see. Would you know him? We'll say regular success. You've probably heard the name Morik, but you don't really know anything about him.
Okay.
You would probably know that there's an archaeologist named Dr. Morik who works at the University of Zagreb. All right. So with that, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, regular success. As far as you can tell, Camellia, he's being truthful, and based on the nature of the article, you can tell that the article itself is a few days old. But based on the nature of the article, you'd guess that that's probably the case. Nobody really knew about this until, just recently.
Okay, I will ask him if he has if he's gonna plan on going down to looking at the site.
No, I do believe that I'll be continuing on as soon as the train gets going.
Oh, is this excavation at our next stop?
It is in Vinkovci, yes.
Okay, got it.
And it's only a temporary stop there, right? It's like it's supposed to be a day stop or a partial day stop before.
Yeah,
going on?
know that honestly, this was probably going to be just a very quick stop to pick up passengers. This wasn't supposed to be like a long excursion or anything like that. So,
Okay.
yeah, you'd guess that this was definitely not a scheduled prolonged stop.
Okay. Clay is going to just spend some time talking with Franklin, just still investigating whether or not, money would make him part with the book or not. Just spending time with him, chatting, trying to charm him into it. Not trying to persuade him because he's not good at persuading, but he's just trying to, And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
I'm not going to say it's impossible.
Okay. Just improbable, likely.
Let me check something really quickly.
What if I gave you Jimmy? Jimmy would find his way back to us. Come on.
But we don't want Jimmy to find his way back to us.
Of course we do.
Ouch.
He is incredibly useful. And we like him.
Useful
Sorry,
and
I
getting
should have
himself
flipped
stuck
those.
that we have to save him.
We like him and he's incredibly useful. There we go.
Do we?
That he's the scapegoat that we can just toss him into any danger that comes upon us.
Oh, right. That's why I keep him around.
Interns.
Yeah, pretty
Go
much.
ahead. Clay, give me a charm roll real quick.
All right. I have no Eureka points, so we'll see how we do here. A 7. I got an extreme success.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, you
Let's
did. Yes, you did.
Everything's
go.
coming up, Clay.
As the train continues inching forward, people continue reading their newspapers, and breakfast is eventually brought out. Franklin stands up and grabs you by the arm. And he says, "Why don't you follow me?"
Oh my.
Do you follow him?
Drop his napkin on the table and head on behind him.
All right. And with that, he leads you into a different car. It's not the dining car, just a car with fewer passengers. And he says, "One thing you must know, since you are so keen on getting your hands on this edition of this book, I am in search of a black stone in hopes of treating an ailment that I've obtained from this book. You see, as I was reading it, I mistakenly tried to get in contact with a being known as Sethaguan.
Raise an eyebrow.
And ever since then, I have been having just very troubled dreams. I can't sleep, and it's driven my sanity to the breaking point. And you must understand, I'm afraid that if I part with this book, my ailment will get the better of me. Should I find that black stone or not?
You're heading this direction to hopefully find that stone?
That's correct.
Well, if I can be of any help, we don't hesitate to reach out. We're going to be heading the same direction.
Should I be in need of any of your assistance, I will be sure to reach out to you.
Okay. Give him Clay's card with the contact information and places he can send letters and or telegrams to that can get to him eventually.
Okay. And He takes out his business card. He says, "Mine doesn't have any contact information that would be of any use to you, but I feel it's common courtesy." And he hands you his business card.
All right, take it and just clap him on the shoulder and say, "Well, I hope you find your black stone."
As do I, friend. As do I.
And head back out.
All right. And it is at this point, right around 9:17 a.m. The Orient Express finally pulls into the Vinkovci Railway. And as it does, you can see the steam from the train begin clearing off of the platform to the railway station. And you can see a dozen uniformed police officers standing on the platform, some armed with rifles. You can see the chef de train announces, as you all prepare to depart the Orient Express, he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, there has been an incident which has caused an unavoidable delay to our passage. I regret to inform you that you must all disembark. Please have your passports ready for inspection."
Right. And as we're going and getting our paperwork together and getting things, just Clay is going to kind of matter-of-factly let them know that, you know, this man is looking for something, that he might be interested in parting with that book if he can find it. But until then, he's not going to. And specifically ask Strathmore, "Do you know anything about a black stone? Something that could cure ailments, something that could be like a panacea or an antidote for something?" And he's going to name the creature. Was it Sathagwa?
Yep.
Moose.
Give me a Cthulhu Mythos.
Nice camera. Sathagwa is a bad dude, kills people, cheats at cards, rude.
He was
He's
a
like-
bad dude.
He's like Corn Pop.
Corn Pop.
Success.
Okay. Let me see here.
He was a lion dog faced pony soldier.
Wow, that was incredible. Okay. So I will tell you what. Jean-Luc, I will give you that information at a later time because I don't have that on me.
But I know it.
But you know something of it, yes. So
I know a little something, old boy.
as you all begin to depart, I'll have everybody give me a listen roll really quickly.
By the way, you don't think this is for me, do you?
Yes.
I'm just gonna look
What
down.
from you?
Just stop here.
Listen.
I wouldn't think so.
I hear nothing.
Listen, but
Dang it.
extreme success.
I'm just
Okay.
regular.
So those of you who succeeded, as you exit the Orient Express and set foot on the platform, you see porters drawing luggage off of the Orient Express and loading it onto wagons and what's the word I'm looking for? Little carts. And as they're doing that, you can overhear people talking about a bombing and damage to the tracks or switches.
Golly, like a good old fashioned train robbery.
Oh, wow. That's actually even worse than I thought.
So those of you who, let's see, who might be well versed in geopolitics?
I'm very well versed in law.
I don't think law wouldn't necessarily apply to this. I don't
What-
believe.
What would qualify as geopolitics?
Give me
Maybe,
skills,
maybe. I'd say probably history would be the closest.
But I am the
Okay.
history man.
Some history,
Yeah.
but not a ton.
I'll
I
roll
got
history.
If we can roll, I'll throw it out there. Why not?
You know what? I got a Eureka point to burn.
Burn it.
Son of a bitch.
Nope.
Just by 4.
I don't know.
Oh, Jamie knows.
Wow, hard success.
Can I push it?
How would you push it?
I would dig deep back to the region and think of my earlier schooling and look in my books.
Sure. Why not?
Oh, I missed. Come on, Dice. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Extreme success.
So those of you who succeeded know that Vinkovci is in the kingdom of Serbs, Slovenes, and Croats. And you know that with the end of the Great War, this was actually nearby, not incredibly nearby, but this is the same territory where Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated. And it has since sent the region up into just absolute chaos. And since the end of the Great War, they've installed a constitutional monarchy known as the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes. The Slovenians tend to make up a good portion of the governmental structure, but Vinkovci is largely Croat. And there's a lot of tension in that, a lot of political tension, a lot of religious tension too, as the Slovenians being a mix of Christian and Muslim, the Serbs being mainly Christian, and the Croats being mostly Catholic. So not too dissimilar, but you can tell that there is a lot of tension in the air with Yugoslavia. So, or with the Kingdom of Serbs, Slovenians, and Croats. So, this isn't necessarily out of character for a nation that is in its current state, which is why you would guess that it would make sense that there are so many authority figures, so many lawmen, and you see them standing around the platform, and they take every passenger that gets off of the train one by one and begin questioning them and just asking very pointed questions until eventually you have a gentleman approach you. You look at him, and he's wearing kind of like a tan uniform with an officer's hat. And you can see he's got a name tag. It says Captain Velimir Karkunica.
God, I'm not the only one who struggles.
Yeah, well, this is I should have thought about it. I was like, you know what? Maybe we should have an entire campaign set in Boston. No, we're gonna go all the way through.
More American names, please.
Yeah, that would have been wicked.
Sam, Tom, and Smith, and all that.
And you can see he approaches you, and he is just by the look on his face, he is stern and humorless, and he asks you, "Have you ever visited the region before?"
No.
And he writes down some notes. "What is your profession?"
Oh, sorry, I'm doing Spartan there. I was just going to say novelist, retired soldier.
He looks you up.
Student, sir.
I work in a company back in America, helping with accounting.
Accountant. Are you a member of the Communist Party?
Nomi, you're muted. No.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Good God,
sorry,
no.
Nomi. If you're talking,
Not
go ahead
on your
and
life.
yourself.
No, I was trying to say something, but I forgot. I turned off my mic because I was sneezing. I'm a villager.
A villager.
Mm-hmm.
From where?
Delicias, Chihuahua, Mexico.
I do not know what that is.
No one knows a lot where that is.
What do you know about the Lyuda Pravudvodska?
Nothing.
It sounds like they make good vodka.
It sounds like a place where they make good vodka. Is that a location?
The People's Justice Army.
Oh, then no. We don't know anything about them. Are they the ones that caused the explosion?
He doesn't even acknowledge your question, and he asks, You are a veteran. Looks over at you, Clay. Are the rest of you veterans?
No.
I mean, do I look like one?
No. Do any of you, and he looks pointedly at you, Clay, do you have knowledge of explosives?
I know they hurt, but other than that, no.
No.
I've been hit by more than one.
And he looks you up and down again, and then he eyes you. You can clearly see your scars. And with that, he closes his little notebook and puts his pen away and says, all right, move along.
Move on.
I'll move
Move
along.
along.
Hey, we weren't the people he's
Move
looking for.
along, move along.
These are not the droids they're looking for.
That's exactly right.
And with that, you can see a representative. As you all move on past, you can see a representative from the Compagnie Internationale des Wagons, or the operators of the Orient Express, come out and addresses everyone and says that basically this is a process which will take 3 or 4 days to fix.
So we're stuck here for 3 or 4 days.
Yep. He informs you all that the tracks were deliberately bombed by anarchists, but he quickly assures you all that no one was hurt. And he says, these things happen in this part of the world.
All right. And we are being compensated and put up somewhere, or are we taking care of our own lodgings?
You can see that several other passengers are very upset at this. And at this, he actually speaks up and says that he is reserved and paid for a block of rooms at the Lovecraftian Dvorak hunting lodge. And to this, a lot of the other passengers begin to grumble and groan.
That sounds like an awesome place to play.
Honestly.
Is this just a bad hotel?
Well, old boy, sounds like we can get
Hunting
some
lodge.
hunting in while we're here.
And he says, once you arrive at the Lovecraftian Dvorak, please remain there, unless on an escorted tour by the hotel staff. Vinkovci is likely to be a chaotic place until the authorities catch up with the anarchists.
Okay.
And with that, your baggage is unloaded, and you see that the representative does hail a number of taxis for all of the passengers to board, load their luggage up into, and set on their way to the Lovecraftian Dvorak hunting lodge. While this is all happening, I'll have everybody give me a spot hidden roll real quick.
How close are we to that place that was in the paper about the tomb?
You don't know exactly how close you are, but you're in the vicinity of it. So
Moss.
it's probably
My success was extreme.
It was
very good.
extreme like mine, but even more extreme.
I
You
was the
out
most
extremes me.
extreme.
That's like Red Bull Extreme, dude.
I was overly extreme.
Jimmy failed.
I'm too busy drooling over India.
Literally.
All right. So
Ew.
those of you who succeeded, as you are getting all of your luggage loaded into the taxis, you see a very finely dressed woman exit the train. And you can see she looks around very nervously. She ducks behind one of the luggage carts and nervously makes her way and very quickly makes her way into the women's toilets.
Was it the Romanov?
And just behind, you see a man in a fishing hat following closely behind her. And as she ducks in between people and behind the luggage rack, you see he begins to look around as if he's looking for her.
I'll point it to the
Oh.
captain and tell the captain those are suspicious people. What if they're gonna be there to bomb the train? You have to stop them.
You know, for a gangster, you love to go to the cops.
Well, I'm not gonna get blown up. They can capture them and then we can move on.
You know what they do to rats in the old country, Sevvy?
Boil them alive.
Frequency?
this, I would say that one of the police officers that is currently attending the platform actually makes his way over to him and begins questioning him. And you can see as he begins questioning him, he flips open his little notebook and begins writing down notes. And you can see that the guy begins becoming increasingly frustrated.
Is he sweating?
He is, yes.
It's bad when they sweat.
All right.
Through his fishing hat, sweating right through it.
That he is. That he is.
Does he look like the guy from that show, the Wilson guy? It's just this part over the fence with the fishing hat on? No?
He does not say howdy neighbor.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Let's see. So as he ends his questioning, you see that it seems as though the officer is relatively satisfied with his line of questioning, and he goes back to darting his looks around, and you see the woman come back out of the women's restroom and make her way in your direction in a very hurried manner.
I'm gonna do a spot hidden to see if she has a gun or a weapon.
Do we recognize her at all? Or did we not see her on the train?
You do not recognize her.
Okay.
You would have seen her on the train, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
But it's not dead Romanov broad.
You can see it is not the Romanov broad.
Okay.
But you can see that it looks as though, let's see, a regular success. It's tough to tell if she's armed or not. At least from this distance. But as she approaches you, she locks eyes with you, Clay, and she moves towards you and calls out to you in English. It says, "Oh, it's so great to see you!" and runs up to you and kisses you and gives you an embrace. And as she does this, she says, "I'm being followed. Please let me share your taxi."
All right. He's going to put a protective arm around her as if he's like talking to his favorite niece.
She then pulls back a little bit and smiles at you warmly. And just as this happens, you see the man who was following her begins rushing forward, calling out in what you would assume is Serbo-Croatian. And you see a delivery truck speed up behind the taxi which was just hailed for you and slam on this brake, skidding to a stop. You see two men jump out, one of which brandishes a knife and the other two brandish pistols.
Really?
And that is, I think, where we're going to end tonight's episode because, don't want to get into a fight this close to ending. But...
You can't hurt my niece, Becky. I don't know why she's named Becky, but she's named
Wait,
Becky.
they get out like they was gonna help him or gack him?
They get out. You can tell that they are probably going to help him.
Oh shit!
They're gonna help him gack us.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew you shouldn't have brought that broad in the car.
Yeah, we got to get out of here before one of these guys kills Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, I'll do my improvement rolls.
Do them.
Probably gonna that didn't go up.
I thought you got 100 there. I was like, yeah.
How else are we gonna feed the statue of Jimmy?
Yep, that's the only one that goes up. My luck. Okay, that's it for me.
No.
I will go next.
Do it.
I'm just glad somebody's got the Galaxy Quest reference.
Yay.
If you named yourself Guy, it would
Yay.
have been a little on the nose,
Nice.
but you know.
All done, and then fighting brawl.
For all you know, I just proved number 6.
All right, so I improved spot hidden and persuade.
Yep, and make sure you roll luck too.
And that's where I'm going next.
Okay.
Yeah, or is that bad?
No, that's bad.
Dang it.
Yeah, or is that bad? That's bad.
Well, I don't improve anything. All right, that's cool.
You improved on persuade and spot hidden. So go ahead and roll.
Oh, you did fail. You're right.
D10.
Yeah, because you succeeded or you failed on both persuade
Oh, no.
and spot hidden, like you said. So that's good.
Yeah. So just
You
grab
get a
that.
D10.
Yeah, there you go. 9.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
good.
nice. Let's go.
9 points in persuade.
Mm-hmm.
And how many do you get in?
Let's see,
What is it?
spot hidden. Go
Spot
ahead
hidden.
and roll for spot hidden.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Nice. Okay.
Hmm.
So 9
9
for
and
persuade,
4.
which is huge, and then 4 for spot hidden, which is pretty good.
Okay.
Nice.
Very good. All right.
Jimmy, do you
Yeah.
need to go next? Because do you need to leave or? are you good?
I'll go. I've only got 2, so
Okay.
I'll just go. History. Oh,
Oh,
nope.
no way.
No way. Oh, darn it. All right. Listen, I don't need to improve this at all, but what
You
the hell?
rolled historically bad.
Historically bad. Okay, so no listen, no history, but I will roll my luck. Let's see. Jimmy's luck will turn
Your
around
luck?
any day now.
Almost only go up. Nice.
Hey,
All right. Okay.
get yourself some luck.
Lucky Jimmy. Oh,
Oh,
not
wow.
so lucky Jimmy.
A whopping 1. All right.
That's what we all
it for
call
me.
him, Lucky Jimmy.
Lucky
Mr.
Jimmy.
Gore, do you want to go next, or Mr. Strathmore, do you want to go next?
I'll go. Sure. Historicals. Let's see. Yeah.
No way.
Scheiße.
What the?
What the hell is that? No good. Listen, damn it.
And it's weird. It didn't even show your skill there, but
Oh, my listen.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
it's
I failed. Right? I can't see.
It's just showing it as
Yeah, I
regular
don't know why it's not pulling
D100
up the
rolls.
skill.
you're double clicking on the skill and it's not
Because
bringing
I'm
up the
doing the
skills.
wrong things.
Ah.
Because I'm an
There it
idiot. Come on, the first one was right. I got a 50. I was robbed. Spot. What the hell?
I don't know.
That
Giving
went
you up?
way off the board.
Did you delete your character?
I did. I'm good at that. Well, I didn't think that one was going to work.
Ugh.
Luck will be twice in 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever. Come on, don't screw me. You
What
son
the-
of a bitch.
Wow.
It's a whole
Holy
lot
crap.
of nothing.
I've got a bunch of things to try here. Let's see how well or badly I do.
I'm perfect as I am.
Oh my gosh, charm went up by 3.
Not bad.
Let's see if first aid goes up. It's at 69.
Ew.
Oh, look at
No.
that.
Nice.
Look at you making up for last week.
No.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
Dr. Clay.
And
Very nice.
medicine. Let's see this one. 76. That'll go up. That's
Yeah, that'll go up.
go up something. Holy crap.
He's become a doctor.
We're
I learned a
going to
lot
play
about
for all the
anatomy
healing.
from stabbing. Oh, I didn't stab Jimmy. Never mind. Psychology probably won't go up unless I roll super high. Oh my God, it went up.
What?
It went
is
up by
Clay
2
Day.
points. Oh,
Oh,
my gosh.
wow.
Normally I fail at everything in these up games.
Wow.
That's weird. Let's see what happens with Turkish. Yeah, that's going up.
Oh my God! Wow.
Another 2 points. Oh, I'm getting somewhere. I
It's
got
the luck
listen.
one that's going to get you.
Nope. No listen check. And then luck. Let's see what happens with luck. I have 8.
Oh, are you good then?
Oh, barely. Well, not barely, but close. Let's see what we get here. Is another 2. Oh my God. 10 points.
Damn.
All right. Tonight was Clay's night for
This
things.
is-
to
Yeah,
Very
a
successful
monumental
day
set
for
of
the
rolls
Clay.
for Clay.
Like I
All you
said,
had to
Clay
do
Day.
was be, charming, and everything turned around.
That's incredible. Well
That
done.
was
Well
Scary.
Max
All
Aura
right.
for Clay.
done. Let me go ahead and get us a swoosh.
Squishy squish.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining in on tonight's episode of Horror on the Orient Express. We actually got a decent stint on the train there tonight. So
Woo!
we'll see.
There was a train?
The train exists.
This aggression cannot stand, man. I will not abide by your transgressions here. Where was I? Oh yeah. we'll see where the train goes, or if what happened on the train leads to anything else. But right now, it seems as though we have an excavation site to explore. So we will go around to everybody. Let everybody know what you're doing, who you are, and where they can find you. Save 70 seconds for last me to last. Let's start with Nomi tonight.
Hey guys, I'm Nomi. Without you, you can always catch me here on Mondays with Moonskull. I will be on the GCA this Wednesday, and let's see. I will be going to MegaCon. You can follow me at Nomi Without You on Twitter or X. And then Chris, you're next.
Hello, I am KrisWithADagger. Follow me on Minds and X. I have stuff going on, but nothing concrete just yet. But I will announce that as we get to that point. And of course, catch me next Monday here with these lovely people. And I'll go ahead and toss it to JT.
Yeah, pal. And go subscribe to my YouTube page, please. I need like 80 more to be monetized. Help a brother out. Savage Talk. Please. Please. Good Lord. And then check me out Tuesday on with Pirates, Friday with Kaiju Watch, and Sunday Riffs, and then back here again for Moon Day on Moonskull. See how that works? I'm gonna pass it to the wizard.
The Gizzard Wizard. You can find me. I'm Froste. You can find me on my Linktree links. You can find me here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays on Legend Seeker now for the legend lore writing stuff that we're doing for Legend Seeker. And let's see, where else can you find me? You can find me on technically also on Mondays when we do Fear of Ages Past premieres. And you can find me on Sunday for Riffs. And eventually you'll find me on Strange Aeons. I don't remember what day of the week that is. That day of the week on that channel with the stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to throw it at, let's see. Who do I throw it at? Let's see. We'll go with the girl who got roasted by Grok pretty well today. Sevvy.
Yeah. Well, hello, everybody. You should find me at Geeks and Yours Tabletop, Moonskull, or Legally Sevvy. I have some videos coming up this week, so make sure to check it out. And I had my Kick and my Twitch. I think that's mostly it, and I'll pass it to Moss.
So I'm getting mixed messages here from chat. I'm seeing too much train. I'm seeing they like the amount of train. Still not enough train. Never enough train. I don't know how to please you people, but if you want to see me try to please you people, I'm gonna.
Pick them up in your Honda.
He drives a pink truck.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
You
Uber
want to
them
be
in your
pleased by
Honda.
Moss.
I can't win with words. You can find me here, obviously, multiple days per week on Moonskull. You can find me over at Geeks and Gamers Tabletop. And also follow JJ and I's channel, Tales from the Dragon's Tavern. And be sure that whenever the stream is over, stick around for like a minute or two when the stream's over. Leave a comment because we want to know how much you appreciate these guys. And plus, you get the added bonus that if you leave enough comments, as we've seen just today, they get rewards for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not already. And with that, I bid you all adieu, auf Wiedersehen, Gesundheit, and God bless.
Bye
Come on,
bye.
Game Boys.